Hello, 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 everyone. It is Elsa 932 on YouTube. I am here with Trey. We are here to cover it all the drama, all the mess, all 8 episodes. I don't know what Love is Blind Germany season 2 is trying to do to us, do to me, but 8 episodes in one day is wicked work. But you know what? We got through the work and we are here with you. I have a recap of all the episodes on this channel as well. But we are here to talk live. We are here to talk live, and I'm here with my trusty sidekick, Trey. How you doing? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling all right. Guess we got to buckle up and have a long discussion. How we gonna break this up? I don't know. Guide us through hell. This is a lot. It's too much.
It,
I probably got a lot to say about that by itself. Like what? Why? What's going on for real? Like what's going on? Why? There had to be a reason why they did this. Why? Something's up.
here's
Something's
you.
up.
You want to know what? You know what my thought is?
What's up? Tell me.
Love is Blind is tired of the cast members coming out here and telling their stories. So we are not
Before
giving
that.
you a moment to say nothing. We're gonna drop it all now.
Well, the only reason why they're mad because maybe they don't like the edit you gave them.
Ooh, ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you are commenting. Hype up the video if you can. There's also another way to support the channel. You'll see the website in the description. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. If you wish to buy a coffee and contribute to the channel as well. And for the members, I couldn't show you all of not Love is Blind. Oh, my mind is on Love is Blind. Members, I couldn't show you all of Project Runway Canada, but members, I have videos for y'all of Project Runway Canada. There are 2 up, and I probably got 4 to 6 more. So members, look out for that good content, definitely. So let's see who's here. Hey Sam, good to see you. Hey Cheryl. Hey, High Vibe. I'm saying hello now because when we get into it, I can't say hello. Hey, Absence. Good to see you. Hey, Michelle. I haven't watched them yet. You'll get back. Girl, it's a whole mess. To go to Africa. Good to see you. You can ear hustle, Michelle. You can ear hustle for sure.
Special
Yes,
shots
Ray.
out. I'm
Huh?
gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with well intentions. This is a special shout out to Go to Africa. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for coming. We need your blessings. We need your strength in this chat right now. We're so glad that you are here. Oh, my spirits have been lifted by your presence. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Whew, I felt that. I hope to go to Africa felt that too, because you about to be feeling it from her in the chat if you start to say any kind of foolishness.
It's going to be so. That's why I started it early. It's going to get out of the way. Well intentions. Well intentions.
So Trey, I always ask you, where would you like to start? Which couple would you like to start with?
You know what? Let's start with the easy one. Let's just go into this easy. Colston and Jesse.
Consti and Jesse, you think are the easy ones? Oh,
Somewhat. They're the easiest one of the group that we had left. I mean, what we gonna do? What we had left, what we gonna do?
Just let me give my overview of them. Okay, Constantine or Consti. Okay, Consti and Jesse. They bond on their love of soccer or football. And Consti's dad actually had his hands in the theme song for the team. And her granddad was a super fan. So, and they also played that song at granddaddy's funeral. Now, they are the it couple. They like to tell us that. They are the smooth sailing couple until we get to the vacation. Before that, Consti has had a tumor removed from his brain, his hearing. He wears a hearing aid. definitely he did disclose that in the pods, and Jesse was open to accepting him and all of his imperfections, okay? And his health challenges thus far. Also, also, what's happening is that when we go outside, this is giving homage to season 1 because he comes and he kisses her. She is a smoker. And he said, "Oh, fart kisses after a workout. Yummy." Okay? He was being sarcastic. Okay? He was being facetious. But they had a wonderful visit. Majorca, that's where he's from, the lovely island. And they had a lovely visit with his family. We had a lovely visit with her family, but her friends don't approve of this at all. And he don't like where she lives because it doesn't have it's not in the city. It's away from everything. But her dad gave his blessing. So Trey, tell us what your thought was with Consti and Jesse.
Yeah. My first thoughts were I like the energy that they give off. First, when they first met, they first started talking to each other, I went, there's something nice about this. I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was. I was like, there's just something nice about this. I like this. Okay, this might be something. And sure enough, it turned into something. I my only hiccup in the fight first 2 episodes was like when he finally went to told everybody about his brain tumor that he had. The way he set it up and said it at first, I was like, hold on, first of all, what's going on? What's happening here? What's all the dramatics? What's happening? And then when he said he had a brain tumor, I went, what, currently? Then why are you here? Hold on. I'm confused. Stop. What's going on? And then as he kept talking, he was like, he's recovering, got over it, and this, and I'm like, what's up with the dramatics? Glad you got over it. Blessings, brother. Woo! I can only imagine what he had to go through. I have a friend that was a battle buddy, and one day we looked up and he had a brain tumor. Yeah. We all was like, whoa, what? You know, luckily he caught it early and, was able to operate, got it removed. And he's great to this day. But I can only imagine. That's a lot. Jesse, for the most part, I like Jesse, but she does have some quirks that bothers me. But that was much later when those quirks start to pop out. Like, okay, but for the most part, I like these two together. Except for the smoky thing. I was on the fence. My first thought, I'm sorry, Lieutenant Dan. I'm sorry I ruined your New Year's party, Lieutenant Dan. She tastes like cigarettes. Like, but I was, that's what I thought. I was like, oh no, she tastes like cigarettes. Oh no, that would bother me too. But I had to be like, hold on, bro. Okay, why are you making a big deal about this? I understand you should, but you knew she was a smoker even from in the pods. So this all of a sudden energy you want to give, you should have gave that in the pods. Like, you waiting now to bring this up and we want to have a stickler about it? Okay. Now 20 a day is that's kind of, I'm sorry, just a bit much. Yeah, you a chimney, for real. Woo! Whoa, baby girl. And you just think you're going to stop when the baby comes? I don't know.
I don't know either because with smoking and coming from, my grandparents used to smoke. They used to smoke a lot. And my grandmother was able to go cold turkey, and my grandfather, because it became a thing of, if she ain't smoking, I ain't gonna smoke around her. So
That's cool.
they were able to do that. I know there are smokers who are not able to do that as well, but Here's my thing, as you said with the baby, if they want to have a child, is she going to detox before the baby, prepare herself before that, or are we going to puff until the last minute?
Well, she said she was going to stop if they just when the baby talk or they actually start working to have a kid, she's going to stop smoking. I say good as said it's done, but hey, that's what she said. That's what she said. So
As our lovely sis Sam in the chat is saying that she shares her cleaning quirk. What were your thoughts when she was going through his apartment, which I love his decor? Going through his apartment, there are crumbs. There are crumbs here. Get them.
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. We saw her apartment first. It was nice. It's okay. It was cool. Yeah, it was clean, regular. Yeah. We go to his part. I went, oh, this is nice. This is, this is nice. Hold on. And she had the nerve to try to pick. I'm sorry, boo boo. Listen, to Samantha, listen. There's a quirk, and then there's you just being annoying. Okay? There's a quirk, and then there's you just being annoying. His apartment was very clean. His apartment was actually very clean. Okay? Like, and she tried to go through jars. Like, oh, it's cluttered in here. Let me start opening up your jars, because we ain't go through your jars. Okay? All right? Relax.
But she does have napkins and cloth towels. She does have two separate things, and they're separate things you use for spills. Did you
Nice.
notice that?
Yeah. Yeah, I have those too. I'm still not an a-hole about it all.
I love his coffee table. That slice. I always love a coffee table that's a nice slice of wood, pun intended. A nice slice of a tree trunk. Oh my word, that was beautiful.
Listen, I'm sitting there like, big girl, you sure you don't want to up? You might need to decide you want to move in with him because this is nice.
And it's in Majorca. It's an island.
His mom's house, beautiful, beautiful. I was like, I want to go there.
Yes,
I want to go there. Can I come? I almost DM'd him. Hey, can I come and visit? You know,
right. When y'all are not in Majorca, can I rent out your place?
Man, beautiful. That actually made me like him even more. I was like, he has a nice family. They're cool, got a nice spot. It seemed down to earth for the most part. This is not, yes, this is nice. Jesse, relax. You know you got something good, so don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
Right?
They're fine.
How many people have their own place in Majorca they could go to every month? And a mother-in-law that will cook down for you. I mean, come on, that was amazing, but she's a sales manager, he's an event manager. We don't know what style of events he does, but he says he is very flexible as far as where he can live. So he ain't like where she is because ain't nothing really happening out in the country there on the countryside, but definitely they will have both options available. I was like, yes. Definitely.
It wasn't a bad place where she lived at. They was talking like she was in the hood or something. I'm like, this what y'all call y'all hood? What you mean? What? I'm looking around. I'm like, look like where I grew up. I grew up in the country. Trees, grass, fields. It was beautiful for a kid.
Do you think maybe she was nitpicking at that because he was constantly digging at her smoking?
Yeah, I think she felt like she had to have something on him, something, but like I said, the moment you walked in this place, I was like, oh no, this is nice. This he's a clean dude. He keeps a well apartment, well mannered, nah, this is good, girl. You might want to think about packing up. Cause doesn't she work from home, if I'm correct?
I thought she did. I don't know why we have to stay at the apartment, but we just didn't see that. But congratulations to go to Africa. You were able to quit cold turkey on smoking decades ago. Amazing. I guess, usually people say you get another, replacement for that, and some people chew gum. And I guess for you right here with us, which we love, is you chewing our tray is what you have replaced it with.
Yeah. All he had was a little bit of dust. All he
Yeah,
had
that's
was a
what.
little bit of dust.
But I do have a bone to pick with Mr. Consti. Okay.
Come on,
Now,
what?
it's not in relation to her because he constantly with the smoking, constantly dig, 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 dig. He got to let up on it. Okay. You know what you chose. You knew who you chose. No, I have a completely different one. His relationship with Jan, another bachelor, because Jan would be on the up in his, how he felt about things. And Consti will tell him, well, how long you think that's going to last, and take him spiraling right back down. That was, I was like, Consti, I need you to understand where Jan is. He needed more encouragement than that.
You know what? I did see that, but a part of me thinks he was telling him that because him, everybody else, and including us, were seeing that Jan was trying a little too hard. Well, you're not really in this, you're struggling. At some point, you're going to have to give up the ghost.
Right.
Appreciate you for trying. You tried, but it got to a point that even you could tell even Di's looking at him like, come on, Brad, listen, you are racking yourself silly trying, and it's not helping anybody.
Right.
So
that was
maybe he was trying to get him to
wake up.
Yeah.
That was my only thing apart from talking about her smoking constantly, because it was giving me Ola from last year constantly talking about Millie smoking when he knew who he proposed to. So it seems like Germany has an issue with smoking, but it's an issue that I will overlook, but ain't gonna overlook later. But at least these two are going to make it to the altar, that we know that they will be on the wedding episode this Thursday. Was there anything else about Jesse and Consti you wanted to talk about?
I think there'd be a yes. I did like the fact how she met his mother. That seemed to be a great relationship blooming there. I love, it's a little thing, but I love how Consti was talking to her dad, and the face is really short, but the face her dad made was classic to me. It was perfect. We meet you, we're smiling, it's all great. Hey, let's talk outside. And then he had his face like, all right, what the hell you on, bro? Like, what's really good?
Her dad went,
what's really good? Yeah, Blake Face,
mean mug.
Talk to me. What's really good? I was like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. I can't wait.
I'm with Sam, though. I'm with Sam. I think Consti gonna be a no.
Really?
I don't know why I feel it. They could be. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I want them to be the couple for this year. But again,
the only reason I say differently is because you don't go out of your way to update and refresh that ring for no damn reason. No. He's locked in. He's locked himself in.
I can give you that. I can give you with the ring and updating it and giving her a new ring. Yeah. Either he's locked in or he's diabolical.
That, but I think he's locked himself in. He's like, you know what? Okay. It's little things, but we can figure this out. For the most part, they get along. Which is the most
yes, they do. Thing. I am hopeful. I want them to work out.
They seem very fluid with one another. There's little small things. Listen, there's going to be little small things throughout your marriage for the rest of his life. Okay, you got to pick and choose what you going to take. You want to take this 80%, or you want to argue over this 20 over here, bro? Take your 80. I think he's looking at us like this 80 is pretty chunky. I'm going with the 80. We'll deal with the little 20 as it comes along. Okay. Boom.
Yeah,
Lock in.
I don't know why, but I understand, and I want them to work out so bad for both of them. I want it to work out. But when I get too much into a favorite couple is when I get disappointed.
I'm locked in. I'm saying yes for both.
Okay.
I'm saying yes for
I'm
both.
saying I have hope and I wish them well, but I have a nagging feeling that Consti may be a no, but I don't know.
They're gonna play with us, and I can see why you saying it could be a no for him, because they did the same thing with Andy. We did I just give away the next couple? We just did
No,
the same thing with
we
Andy.
could just we could go there, but I have we could go there.
Mm-hmm.
But Andy didn't come alone.
Man, I got self stay about this mess. I got a
So
theory.
Andy is our resident I don't want to say senior citizen, but Andy is 42. Okay. Andy's 42. He has a cast of ladies here because Andy did propose to Yasmin. Okay. They are together, but Andy was dating these two other ladies. He had a special date planned with Celia. Okay, right before the end, special date with Celia. And Andy decided to break up with Nadia, and he didn't want to tell Celia. He asked Nadia to pass a note to Celia saying a whole bunch of nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. And Celia said, "Oh no, you are not going to break up with me like this. We going to talk." And he doesn't understand why she wanted to talk. And she laid into him about being a coward, being a wimp, being all that. He said, "I'm not going to accept that. That's not me." And so she let Andy have all of it. Okay. And they, I like Celia. I'm sorry. I like Celia. But Nadia,
Mm-hmm.
you could have refused to pass that letter, my girl. You could have been so mad and forget it in the daggone pod. You did not have to pass on that. And Miss Yasmin, the fact that you did not care how this man broke up with these other two ladies, all you were glad is that you got the man. Yasmin, I'm sorry. That's why all this other things with the bank accounts and all that, Andy wasn't there trying to find information on the wife because clearly he did not have the important conversations with Yasmin because she said it's either one bank account and it's ours from here on out or there is no wedding. What were your thoughts on this whole situation?
I can see. See, this is why I asked for the love and the blessings in the beginning, because this is where things going to diverge. Okay, okay, we're going to have some difference of opinion on this whole situation. First and foremost, let me start out with the savagery. It's not really savagery, but it's going to sound like savagery. This song. Andy, up into that letter situation, and even afterwards, has moved as correctly as an ex-player should when dealing with a group of women. Let me tell you why. I believe that. Okay? He's in a situation where he's literally talking to three women. And if you look at it, he's not really making no mistakes in out of either one of them. None.
None.
He wasn't. None. Up until a certain point. Up until a certain point.
What was that
Think
point?
about what was happening. Oh, it was the letter situation. But I got a theory
for
about
me,
that
it was
letter.
before that. It was before that, Trey.
Tell me what it was, because I walked through it because he was moving correctly.
Okay, this is where I'm with Andy. Andy is the first time. You know, we usually have the pageant girls. Now we have a pageant man. Okay, he was Mr. Cologne. Okay, he's Mr. Pageant. He's the pretty boy of the season.
He got him. Yeah.
When Andy told Celia, "Now, would you be my special friend, go on a special date with me? But you know, shush, shh, don't be too excited when you go back to the ladies' lounge. Don't tell nobody."
Smart.
No, No, because
Smart.
that's when I clocked the player before then with his cookie cutter answers.
Smart.
But again, no,
Mm-mm.
no.
It was
Celia,
smart.
that's where you lost me, Celia, but you brought me back when you
Mm-mm.
laid into him. I'm sorry, Trey. Go ahead.
Mm-mm. No, that lady in was fake. Let me tell you why. Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, first of all, it was smart. This man has watched this show before. He see how these things go in the pod, and when the ladies, especially, and it always starts with the ladies, when they go back to the ladies' lounge and they start to talking. It almost happened without him, because if you remember, Yasmin found out that Celia was one of the other chicks, and you can see her eyes. She was like, hold on. How can you be talking to them? And it's me. You know, I'm not a big Yasmin fan. She grew on me as time went along, but then she lost me again, but grew on me again. I don't know about Yasmin. I halfway like Celia. Let me tell you why I halfway like Celia. Okay. I first saw her, I was like, oh, she's attractive. It was my first thought. She's attractive. Okay. She can speak, well spoken. This I was like, ooh, okay. The attraction is growing for me. I'm like, if I was there, I might be trying to holler at some Celia. Then something hit me. And this is why I hate doing all these big episode dump. I wouldn't have said this before it actually happened, because I could have called this. I was sitting there listening to her, and I was like, there's something a little too prim and proper about her. Something's off. She got a mean streak. I could see it. She got a mean streak. I could see her ready to go off. You muted. I could see her ready to go off. I was like, nah, something's up. She's checking herself, which is good.
Tick tick boom, Trey. She a tick tick boom.
Tick, boom. I was like, nah, she's checking herself too hard, especially when it comes to Yasmin. She actually got heat for her. She got heat for her, for real, for real. Sure enough, this letter situation. Now, here's my 10-4 hat theory. Guess what? I don't think it's 10-4 hat. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? Production set that up. Let me tell you. It made no sense. Okay, when Andy decided he's going to go with Yasmin, right? He had the epiphany. You know what? No, Yasmin's the choice. All right. He did what you exactly supposed to do. He knew now before that, he had set up the date with Celia. Okay, that was going to happen. He's talked to Yasmin another day. He realizes, no, Yasmin's it. It's my choice. Okay, damn. Now I got to end things with other chick, and I just set up that special date with Celia. This is going to suck, but whatever. He has the date with Naja first, right? He did exactly what you're supposed to do in this situation. Naja, this is just not going to work out. I think we're on different paths. I've made a choice, and, I'm sorry. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Naja was actually always the third wheel out of this whole situation. It was really Celia and Yasmin. Naja was just kind of hanging on. Everything was cool. Naja didn't trip. She was like, hey, okay, I get it. Wish you the best. Everything was cool until you see this letter sitting here. Well, what's this letter for? I'm looking at Andy's face. I'm like, nah, this wasn't his idea. This was not his idea, because it makes no sense for you to have the courage, if you want to use this word, courage or not cowardice, to break up with one woman, but you don't have it to break up with the other one. That don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense to me with the way Andy has been edited. Sense. He doesn't want to create any ripples. Andy is not going to break up. He's not going to say anything. If Yasmin didn't put the screws on Andy, he would have kept us in the pods going round and round in a circle. Andy was not stepping up.
If that was the case, then he should have sent a letter to Naja too and have production do it. There was no reason to even meet her.
Yes, there is a reason, because he knew Naja would be the polite person. She was a little snippy, but she wasn't going to bring the fire that Celia was going to bring. It would be easier to talk in the pods to Naja than to talk in the pods to Celia, because Celia would have ripped up any letter he sent. I'm sorry.
Up until that point, Celia was as sweet as shortcake with him. And all the conversations they had, she was as sweet and accommodating as shortcake. I only got the notion that she was a firecracker by her actions in the ladies' lounge and how she was moving. I said, oh, no, there's something more to her.
She was showing Andy who she was little bit by little bit. I'm sorry. She was showing a little tick, tick, boom, not the whole thing, but he knew.
She showed him one little bit when it was talking. She got a little spicy with him. That was it. But it was just a spicy comment. I'm telling you, it made no sense. It made no sense to break up with this one, but you don't want to break up with the other one. Let's keep it real. You're behind a wall. This ain't hurting you. It ain't really affecting you, really.
He's saying it's hurting him in the pods. He's saying in the men's lounge he don't want to hurt nobody.
They all say that. They all say it. Name me one season, man or female, that they haven't said those words.
Everybody ain't sitting down in the kitchen on the floor about what's going on in the pods.
I can name you people that have sat down in the chair on the floor in the corner like this. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
Sat down on the floor in the kitchen. Andy was playing.
So this choice is so hard. No. He risked himself to be the bad guy when to break up with Naja, but you don't want to be the bad guy breaking up with Celia. I'm telling you, this made no sense to do. If you are that afraid to break up with a chick or whatnot, especially in this type of setting, you ain't got to break up with her face to face. It's behind a paywall. It's behind a wall.
It's behind a wall, and you could leave the room at any time, but you're being filmed. Because look at it. Look at it. When Celia read him the riot act.
That didn't affect nobody. I was like...
Trey, he shriveled up, though. He wasn't saying nothing with his chest. He shriveled up.
And that's another thing. You know why it didn't make no sense again? You already sent the letter, right? You sent the letter. Why are you going back to have a conversation?
He said that I told production if anybody wanted to speak to me, I said I would.
And then that makes no sense too. You sent the letter. There's no reason if you're gonna take this by your face value and send this woman a letter. This makes no reason to have these ancillary conversations. It makes no reason. If you want to send one letter, you should have sent both a letter.
I don't accept that. I'm a coward. I don't accept that. I was like, Andy.
I don't think it's a coward either. I'm telling you, this whole thing was set up. It was set up for us to have this. Okay, you know what? You know why I truly believe this? Think about the couples we've had this in this second season of Germany. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be crazy to say, but I don't think it's that crazy. This has been somewhat the least amount of drama that I have seen a season on Love is Blind. When you really think about it, not crazy much has happened.
Okay, Trey, when Celia walked in, stormed in that room, she did give him the space. Is there anything you would like to discuss with me?
Not really. Did you read the letter?
I was like, Andy, really?
That's why I'm telling you, this was set up. All of this was set up for her to come in and have her moment. And you know what kind of purposely make me think this even more? Let's keep it real. If you really want to have this drama in this season and have it really blow up, and this goes for all the couples, but this bothered me. Why at the mixer, when everybody's supposed to meet, only Justin shows up?
These two ladies were not at the mixer, and I was waiting for Celia or Nadia to come in and snatch him.
None of them. Only Dustin showed up. I'm telling y'all, read the tea leaves. This ain't green tea. This is chamomile. They try to put y'all to sleep on this. I'm telling you, this was set up. This is all set up. They wanted, okay, it was like, you know what? We got to have, I can tell you what happened. On production, I can tell you what happened.
Or did he even write the letter, Trey? Did he even write the letter?
No, They told him to write it. They was like, hey, how about you got to go in and break up with Najee? You made your choice, Jasmine. How about you just go ahead and write a letter to see? We have Yasmin take it to her. They can. This is one of those situations where you're on this show. You signed this contract to kind of do what they say, blah blah blah. They tell you to do something. You know it sounds bogus as hell. You know it sounds bogus as hell. The question is, do you do it? It's almost the same thing how we said last Denver season with KB and Edmund. You knew daggone well that whole situation was set up to. Read the tea leaves here. Nah.
And then he was like, I didn't know I was the only one for you. I thought that you had another connection. I was trying to release you. Save me of that bull, Andy. Save me of that bull.
Well, think about it. He never asked Celia who else she was dating. That never came up. So he didn't know. None of the other guys ever spoke on it up.
I don't accept that I'm weak. I don't accept that I'm a coward. I don't accept.
And that's the reason why he said it like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, a real coward, if someone really would have wrote a letter, and I've seen this done before. If somebody write a letter to run away from the fact of saying something face to face to somebody when you know it's going to be difficult. If he was really going to do that, he'd have wrote 2 letters and have production send it to him. If you're really going to do this, that would have really set up the scene. Then you would really have some real fireworks.
Fireworks would have been at the mixer. Have Celia and Nadia both walk in at the mixer.
It would accommodate it. See, I could be a better producer. It would accommodate it at the mixer.
Not
all of a
only
sudden,
that,
he sent these 2 letters. What?
Not only that, it would have pulled him away from being all up in Yasmin's business when she was talking to Dustin. Now, Dustin, I forgot to put his picture up here. Dustin is a handsome man. I'm sorry. Dustin is a school teacher, very handsome, very GQ. He was one of Yasmin's connections, and Yasmin broke up with him.
I got smoke for Yasmin
Andy.
For this. How in the heck you come to this Mr. Dustin show up and you just all, oh my God, I got to talk to him. Ooh, he's just so handsome. What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, this is my first time seeing him, and we had a connection.
Oh, no, screw that. Nah, I'm with Andy. Nah, I got to trip out a little bit.
Trey, no, Trey. You really air hustling and you coming by all the time. I thought you were more secure than that. I thought you were more secure than that.
Yes, and I am. But my man raised no food. Okay? He said, y'all tend to forget I may be a guy, but I was raised by my aunts. Women put me up on game. Okay? Nah. Cut the crap.
You want her to still say yes to Trey, and this behavior, as she said, is unattractive.
Whatever. Get the heck, you know what? It's a whatever. You know why it's a whatever? Because the shoe was on the other foot, she was acting the same dang go way. You let say to take things in reverse, and he was with Celia and she showed up. What?
Yasmin was not checking for those other 2 ladies. She was checking for the fact that he had 2 connections in the pods, but Yasmin never moved like I'm not the baddest chick in the land.
She always moved like she was the baddest chick in the land. Because they edited her like she was the baddest chick in the land. I know you caught that.
Yes.
What was this big reveal? I'm like, what are you doing? Why are we doing this? And then you show her, I'm like, you did all that for, I mean, she's pretty, but what I'm sorry, to each his own, but I thought Celia looked better to me. That'd just be personally. That's just me personally, But there's this huge reveal. I saw immediately what they was trying to do. So when they did that and all this situation happened with Celia, Andy, and Naj, I'm like, you ain't fooling me. No. Y'all set a lot of this up to, you ain't fooling me. We cannot, listen. One thing will always be clear every season. We keep harping on it every season. It's just at times we see more of it and less in other cases. But production always has a hand in manipulating almost everything that goes on with these couples. Okay.
Yes, they have a lot of hands in it. But I'm sorry, Trey. Andy is not the hero that you making him out to be.
I ain't say he was a hero. I never used hero, not one time. All I said was there was some bull crap going on, and he was complicit. I give you that.
I ain't heard you say nothing bad about Andy yet.
I just said there was some bull crap going on.
That ain't no specifics on Andy's behavior. That's just some bull crap that could be production, the ladies, or him.
He was complicit in furthering production shenanigans.
And that's it? That's all you got?
Exactly.
Oh, please.
Yes, that's all I got.
Andy's behavior was kindergarten.
Now, I'll give you this too. Yasmin, you know what? Yeah, this is going to be more of a shot at Yasmin, but I'm going to say it. Yasmin almost fooled me into believing her machinations about Andy's sincerity when he was professing how he felt about her and their relationship and going forward. She almost fooled me too. Because for a split second there, I'm sitting here like, dang, wait, you know what? Andy has been kind of just keep saying the same thing, you know. What's going on here? Like, this is weird.
A repetitive robot.
Yeah, you know, I get it. And then I was like, hold on, back up. It got lost on me when all of a sudden she came back and apologized for it. I went, wait, hold on, what we apologize? Hold on, let me reset my mind and go back. Rewind this. Okay, so we're getting upset with a man who has been consistent with the way that he said he felt about you.
Consistently fake. Consistently fake.
You know what? I'll let you have it. Let's say it is consistently fake. Either way, it's consistent. And what's the main thing y'all want y'all men to be? Consistent.
But we also want him to be grown, especially at 42.
And he's been the grownest man here. So what we talking about?
Oh,
actually, he's not.
No. Oh, no.
He's not. That actually goes to my boy, and we gonna get to him. My boy, that's my man, that's my dude, but we get him later. You know, we get to him. He's been the best consistent man in Love Is Blind history. But you know, that's a whole nother story. We're talking about Andy, the second best consistent man in Love Is Blind history.
Ladies, I hope that this type of consistent love never finds you. Okay?
You know what? You can wish them for that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, all I have seen with this man say, you know what, I choose you, you are my choice. Anytime that
he was pressured into it.
And but that only goes back to my earlier point. If you're going to say that, if we're going to agree with that, that goes back to my earlier point that they are a production plant. This couple is a production plant.
I think Andy is here on this show to reclaim whatever gloss he had from back in the day when he was Mr. Cologne. I don't trust it.
Listen,
I don't trust it.
All I'm saying is,
but I do like Andy's family. Okay, Andy, your mama and your auntie and your friends, I would hang with them. Totally.
We are trying to nitpick a man that outside of that ridiculous letter situation, and I still stand on my theory about that. But outside of that letter situation, he has done nothing but move in a way to try to prove to this woman that he is all about her and wants to build a life with her.
But he didn't even answer the question about bank accounts. I think Andy was superficial in the pods.
You know what? Let's be honest. There's a lot of superficialness goes on in this Love Is Blind show. Because how many people are actually talking about bank stuff while they're in the pods? Virtually none. There's very few couples that actually get into finances while they're in the pods. And they probably should. I know we're always hopping for it. Y'all need to have these conversations early, religion, finance, school, and whatever. But they always wait to have it outside the pods. So
and late.
Yes. So that I usually toss my hand up to it. Because it's always weird when it happens. It's weird.
Now what we did not see is a visit with Yasmin's family.
Weird.
Not even her brother. Not even going to lunch with the
Telling me
brother.
a lot.
But the brother is who
Telling
walks
me a
her
lot.
down the aisle. We already know Andy is a yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was shocked after the money conversation of, no, all the money going to one account and you going to trust me to handle it. He's like, what if I want to buy a
I'm
car?
telling
No,
you.
no, that's our car.
I'm telling you, most men, when they hear that, red flags flying all over the place. Okay, we out of here. The fact that Andy all of a sudden, oh, I'm gonna stand on it, it's going to be a yes, just lets me further know production plans. The both
So you
of them.
think Yasmin will be a yes?
I think she's going to be a no. Actually,
Okay.
I think
she's
all
gonna
of,
be
like
a
I
no.
said, all of this is set up for them to have this big, oh my God, she said no. Because if you really think about it, for real, really think about it, for real, for the stuff that she said she wanted, what reason does she have to say yes? Oh, excuse me, what reason does she have to say no? It should be a yes. She's kind of getting everything
Why?
she said she wanted.
She,
She's, in her own words, she's getting everything that she said she wanted. And in her own words. Her own words. This is her words. She said she's getting everything that she wanted.
here's the thing. I think just like another bride who also has family challenges, I think she may suffer from imposter syndrome where she
Mm.
doesn't think she deserves such a good family and such a good support system and a good network based on where she has come from. Now, this is
That,
an edited, produced show, y'all. We don't know these people, but based on all the shows we watched, I kind of see that with Yasmin.
you know what? I'm going to say, it's going to be a wild statement. I think we as the audience hope that is the real reason for what's going on with her, because what she has put forth is vastly different
Yeah.
from her personality that she's put forth. Vastly different. According to what she has put forth and what she has told us, this is the perfect situation for her. So it should be a no. It should be a yes. But we're still sitting here thinking it's going to be a no. Why? Because it's going to look great on television.
Right.
Oh my God. Andy got broke. Oh my God. What happened? Set up. Okay? Read the tea leaves. Set up.
Wait, I like Sam saying I could see the shine and sheen of her excitement evaporating. That is funny.
Funny. And it makes no sense though, because this is what you said you wanted.
She wanted security. I don't think she's entering into marriage for the right reason. She would just want security so she doesn't end up, like her childhood. That's all.
Listen, I was going to make a crazy statement, but I had to edit myself. You know what? Nah, we ain't editing today. It's 2 long episodes. You know what? She considers herself a bad bee. They always look for security in the room for the wrong reasons. Okay? Woo! Yeah! Let's go. We in it today. We in it this evening, y'all. Let's get it.
What's the wrong reason, Trey?
Financial gain.
Okay. Sustaining the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. That's all what it is.
She can't go back to Dustin for that because Dustin's a school teacher. Sorry to say, a school teacher salary ain't gonna help.
And that's the main reason why she shut it down with him. But he looked good. So we like, hey, let's keep that option open. Just in case. Because we know production set this up. I'm gonna be a no. It's gonna be all woo, 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 woo. I might need a soft place to land for a short period of time. Short period of time.
But I liked how Dustin was looking between them while they were arguing. And
Get the heck up out of there. Get the heck up out of there, bro. Nah. He looked at this like, you know what? I am not mad at your decision, but let me go. Let me exit stage right. Not left, but right. I'm getting out of here. This is over the top.
Toxic.
May I say again? Maybe even production driven. Because it made no, you are kind of right. It made no sense for Andy to go up over there for what?
But Andy kept on going for the drink. Kept on, you want some water? You want a drink? Y'all good? Y'all fine? What y'all talking about? You good?
Y'all can say what you want, but he never showed that level of insecurity until that point, until that very point. And all of a sudden, well, I'm supposed to believe this? What? And then Yasmin is trying to stand on the Yasmin is trying to stand on the pillar of rightness and rightability. But say, oh my God, why are you acting like this? This is so unattractive. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we just saw you not 2 minutes before in your confessional lusting after Dustin. Honestly, he has a right to be a little insecure. You're lusting after this other man. Come on now, let's keep it real now. You're lusting after this other man. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to him. Oh my God, he's so fine.
But she told him that before she even saw Dustin, Trey. She told him that while she was putting on her makeup and say, hey, I got to have a conversation with Dustin. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
We knew that was going to happen. That always happens during these misses. We know
exactly. So why is he acting a fool?
Exactly. That's my point. A lot of this is set up and it don't make sense because it naturally wouldn't happen like this.
So basically,
would not happen like this.
So basically, Celia was right, because if he was his own grown man and would stand on business, he wouldn't let production cause him to do all these types of behavior.
She was right, because that is the narrative that they want to draw for their particular storyline this season. Yes.
Okay.
And that means I was also right about her, because it was all talking, all bluster. Because God's honest truth, why you didn't show up at the Mr.
Absence of Jan will flag you for the diction and your choice of words, Trey.
He would. Okay? He would. He absolutely would.
The grammar of it all.
Yes. And you guess what? I still made it flow. Now what?
but Sam is saying that Andy was insecure in the pods. Additionally, once out of the pods, there wasn't anything to trigger his insecurity until the mixer.
Name the insecure moment he had in the pods. Be specific, please.
An insecure moment Andy had in the pods. Well,
see, now we thinking way too hard for this.
No, I was thinking his conversation with Nadia. His conversation when he found out that she was this gym, the gym, she had the gym and all of that. He made a comment that I was like, ugh, that was sounding kind of suspect, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, then it don't matter. It ain't important enough. See what I'm saying? We break from it here. We're trying to find little things because of one little thing I'll put it like this. God's honest truth. If that whole letter situation didn't happen and he just broke it up with Celia like you supposed to face to face, and Naja, which he did face to face, we wouldn't have nothing to say. Not really.
I would have something to say. I would definitely have something to say. Find is what exactly I was talking about. The fact that Yasmin put the screws to him for him to make a decision. If the letter was non-existent, it still doesn't scream to me that Andy would have put his foot down and made the decision on his own. It seems like Yasmin had to push him.
At some point during dating, and especially in this particular type of environment, at some point, someone is going to put the pressure on for you to make a decision. Either you do it yourself, for yourself, or you do it to the other person you're trying to talk to. Because this actually happened multiple times in the past with multiple people. So I'm like, first of all, let's keep it real. This is all a game anyway, for the most part. And it's how you play the game. She played the game smartly in that particular situation. She knew Andy was probably going to be the best choice she needed to get with, mainly because she wanted to win against the other women.
Well, the chat is putting in that he would be air hustling in the men's lounge is one of the things, that not meeting with Celia to actually do the breakup in the pod is something that's insecure, and he was physically bothered when he found out that Dustin was Yasmin's other romantic interest.
Ear hustling in the pods is insecure. First of all, that's just great observational skills that you need to have. Always watch your surroundings. Watch what's going on around you. Don't be oblivious walking up in the pod. Don't be a jobby. but we ain't going to him. That's an oblivious dude, oblivious to many things. Don't be that. You listen to what's going on around you.
I really didn't think. I did not think Andy would be the one you put a cape on for, but I guess I was wrong.
Not really a cape. That's the only thing that bothered me out of their whole situation. Because, like I said, I'm not a Yasmin fan. And Andy, I was like, I see how he's moving, and he was moving very smartly up into this whole letter situation. That's what threw me back, and I went, hold on, what's going on here? Because up until this point, he's been doing everything pretty good. How you supposed to go in this type of situation? Because usually by now, a guy would have said something stupid or got himself in trouble if he's trying to sit here and talk to 3 different women and drag them all the way to day 10 about making the decision. And he hadn't done that.
Trey, he was even immature in the conversation about when she was asking if he'd ever lived with a woman before. And he's like, oh, I thought you were going to ask me about sleeping with a woman. Oh, my God. And I was like, dude, and he couldn't come back from the conversation. It's like, you're acting like a teenager that can't get his head out of, the nether regions.
It was a joke, and not a great one either, but it was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke. Yeah. Okay.
It was a joke.
He seemed flustered. Okay. Trey is lost and not rational.
I'm sorry, Samantha. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm fighting tonight. I'm sorry, Samantha. I am very secure, okay? Most things don't get past me because I do sit back and listen. I don't talk much around a group of people. I listen to everyone. I hear their foolishness, what they're talking about. They're talking about something stupid. I probably need to stay away from them because they're dumb. They're having an intelligent conversation. Let me go over and try to join that. I listen, okay? And we're in an environment, this is Love is Blind, you're in an environment where you are dating multiple people. Elsa, you know what's up. It's time to play the game. It's time to be Triple H. It's time to play the game.
And in playing the game, here's my biggest pet peeve with the pods in Germany. Why are we constantly giving out people's names in these lounges? You would never, ever, yes, a rap song, know who my connection was. Or if I give a name, it ain't even that person.
Now, Miss Elsa, you have been consistent with that belief and statement since day one I've known you. And it's the absolute truth. It's just always crazy how it always happens on what side. It always happens first. It always goes, we know how this show plays out. First day, everybody kind of talking, oh, I had this day, it's a nice day. At some point, it is always.
Trey, your man dem, they are the ones that were talking and running their mouth.
They only do it when they get for this. I'm almost clocked it now. The men them don't start talking about who they're dating until it gets whittled down to about 7 guys left for the
No, not this time. Not this time.
Who spoke about who's dating who?
I was pissed off.
Who spoke unless you go into a specific couple?
I'm going to a specific point in the men's lounge. Okay. I'm going to a specific point because I made sure to write it down. Okay. The very first episode in the men's lounge. Okay. When Constantine was coming back, he came back and told the guys that they were basically the same, he and Jesse, and he mentioned her name. I said he talked too damn much. He talked too daggone much. Then in the men's lounge, Jubriel, we're gonna get to him, says he's interested in Wendy and says she's amazing, and he mentions her name. That's in the very first episode.
That's what I thought you was going to. But that situation, I was going to say, first of all, this is why I say you have the clowns and then you have the one who's playing the game. We already know he's a clown. Now, Constant. Okay. Elsa, have you've been in a situation where if you set out in the beginning what area you're covering or who you're going for, everybody else kind of, and it's early enough, everybody else to kind of move out of the way and let you add it. If you call, like calling dibs almost.
That's what you men do. I understand that.
Yeah.
You calling dibs and you saying no, just like Constantine and Philip in the hallway. Philip is like, get out of here with Jesse and that bar music. And Constantine was like, who is that? I may like her.
Yeah.
And he just passed the name off because he ain't interested.
Perfect example. Perfect example. This is a situation where you go, okay, now I ain't feeling this chick. Oh, who you talking about? She like this and this. Well, I like those things. Don't get her, bro. Bet. Got her. She's mine. Good, done. No arguments. Ain't nothing gonna happen with it. They match. Boom. Everybody else caught wind. Everybody else caught what was up. It's like, hey, Jesse's all constants. Bet. No arguments.
But Trey, none of the men kept their mouth shut about who they were dating. At least some of the ladies, because that's why Yasmin was very shocked to find out Celia and Nadia was dating Andy. I was like, that was shocking to me because every time I see the men, they run in their mouth.
Well, let's keep it real. Since this is what it is, let's keep it real. If you have this group of men in the pods and this group of women in the pods, let's say everybody start running them out who they date, this and that word, just that third. Where does the actual problem start or situation start? Because it seems to
the
me
the problem starts after the first day, because the first day everybody dates each other, and then you dwindle it down to the I think 5 people you wish to date out of the 15.
Well, I'm asking who can handle that situation better? Because if we're accepting this, that the guys are talking just as much as women, and it does happen. If we're accepting this, these guys had the conversation. They're talking about who they're dating the pods. Did we see any drama with any of them?
Yes, we did.
Who was drama? Who was drama?
You saw that microaggression. Come on now, Trey.
Do
not.
not.
You
talking about Johnny? You talking about Johnny?
Do not. Jubriel and Gunna conversation. That was some. You better step off. You better watch it. I'm sorry, Trey. My dog is gonna come in here and check on me because I'm yelling. I'm sorry, Trey. That whole she might want somebody more rough and tumble like me. And Gunna's like, yeah, but she's what I want. Like, not like she gonna choose you. It was one of them back and forth that men giving each other like, I'm gonna get that girl. The funny
thing was, I can't believe I'm about to speak up for the clown a little bit. He wasn't wrong. I still there's a strong chance that that's gonna be proven right at the end.
And so, if it's proven right, and so. But the fact that you are telling a man who is on this dating show, dating this woman as much as you are dating her, that this is what she needs and you need to kind of back off or step off. For me, I was glad that Gunna was like, you ain't going to punk me to my face. You are not going to punk me on camera.
You know what? Okay, let me go ahead and say this now. Okay, ladies. Okay, listen. Guess what? Real life. Men deal with microaggressions with each other all the time. That's how we talk to one another. It's how we discuss things with one another. How you move a person off their square means everything to a man. So I was expecting that type of conversation to happen when they found out they was dating the same chick. I was looking to see who was going to move off first.
But Gunna never pushed him, meaning Gunna never was like, telling him to step off. Gunna was like,
he stayed on his square.
Man win.
He stayed on his square as you supposed to do. That's all he had to do.
And Jubriel was like, yeah. And even the way he's looking at him, the look. You know the look.
Someone always pushes first. Honestly, it doesn't matter who pushes first. Who matters is who sustains. That's all that matters.
But none of this conversation would have happened if Gunna didn't keep his mouth shut about the issue he was having with Josie.
Okay, I might give you that.
Keep his mouth shut.
I hear that. Nothing to say about that. But I have nothing to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Africa. I know you're yelling at me, but these are 90% of the men that's out here. Trust me. This is how we act with each other, even when you're not even paying attention. Trust me, this is how they act with one another. We try not to do it when other women are around. If you notice, Miss Elsa didn't even argue with me about that point because she's seen it. She's seen it. It's how they operate. There's going to be some kind of push to each other. Hey, bro, who's the biggest dog in the room? You got to do it quietly or loudly. We saw two big dogs sitting in the room in that little conversation. One was loud, one was quiet, straight. Just very quiet about it. But none of them moved. It was a, hey, best man win, as it's supposed to be. Now, if Gunner would have pumped out and moved off, hey.
Also, Gunner had no choice. Gunner ain't had nobody else.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, yeah.
So, okay, we here. So,
let's get it.
Where would you like to go, Trey?
Let's go ahead and get him. Gunner, Josie.
Oh, you want Gunner and Josie? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to do it. Gunner and Josie. We got to say them for last. We know we got to say them for last.
Gunner and Josie. Well, then we should have done Jan and Lawan first, and then flow from.
Oh, you know what? We can switch up. You're right. We can switch up.
Y'all, we go after Jan and Lawan. We're going to do Gunner, Josie, and then we're going to do Jubriel, Wendy. Okay. Jan and Lawan. Now we meet them later on. I think episode 3. Jan is studying to be a lawyer. He's also knows 5 languages, and very, very much not a secure individual. Okay, very not a secure individual. I felt at first for Jan. He said, all my life, the ladies put me in the friend zone, and now we see it. Now I see why, and now I see he puts himself in the friend zone.
Sure.
Lawan, on the other hand, young lady, while he is saying, ladies don't really like me, they ain't really feeling me. And Lawan is like, you don't have to worry about that with me. I'm feeling you. But Jan does not hear her. He does not hear her. He does not feel the love that is coming from her. And she keeps telling him verbally. She keeps telling him, but he ain't feeling it. But hey, he got off his laurels. He got up and he proposed, and they went off to Greece, and they came to Berlin. And Jan's insecurities, Jan is just, I don't think he knows himself, but I don't know this man. The way he comes across, the way he comes up. They're doing the guest list, and that's when he decides this ain't serious enough, and he's just done, and he can't do this anymore. And she's heartbroken. She keeps saying, hey, we got to take steps to the physical. And he keeps saying, no. He going at a slower pace. He going at his own pace. Jan, it is giving you didn't like this woman. It's giving you didn't like her. Okay? That's what it gave me. You really didn't like her, didn't find she was attractive. You knew her ethnicity because she told you she grew up with a certain, bilingual with a certain language. So you knew her ethnicity. So I don't know what it is. What is it, Trey?
Straight up attraction. I'll tell you why. Okay. In the beginning, like I said, I know who Juan is. I've seen Juan, talked to Juans. They're all over the place. Juan is a decent, well, good-looking guy, but he is socially awkward. And he's socially awkward because of some of the things that he finds interest in, others will not. He's a very intellectual guy, but his choices in intellectual talks, most people are going to find cringe, as most of the women did when they talked to him. They thought he was weird as heck. Like, I don't like dealing. I don't like talking to him. He's talking about some dish and this and that third. That would throw a lot of women off pace, okay? You meet Luann. Let's be for real. Luann is to me, she's a burst of good energy. I feel good energy when she talks. I like when she speaks, whatnot.
Yes.
But she's actually just as a little weird as he is, because the way Juan was talking, if you notice, especially in the women's pods, the other women treated Luann like that. They treated her. She was kind of the outside.
Yes.
So when they found each other, I was like, mentally, this is a good match. Mentally. Okay. So everything that happened afterwards, Juwan's insecurity, you're right. A lot of that is self-inflicted because of how he has built himself up to be to this point. Like I said, it ain't really about his looks. He's not a bad-looking guy. He's in great shape, good career. He's just a bit strange. He has strange interests that most women wouldn't like. It wouldn't
Trey,
be attractive.
did you notice something? Did you notice she said she's never been with a man who had a six-pack?
I'm getting to that. I'm working my way to that because that was, let me tell you, everything flipped on his head during the reveal. Okay? And as soon as they saw each other, I'll start with Juan first. For Juan, damn. She's not ugly. She's pretty, but I'm not attracted to her. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And I'm going to repeat it again. She's not ugly. She's pretty, but I'm just not attracted to her. But I like her. He likes her. Mentally, emotionally, he likes her. But the attraction is just not there. So this is a very tragic couple here. On the flip side, Luann, because of the comment you just made, when I heard her say it, I went, uh-oh, she has never had an attractive man before, to her eyes. She has never had this attractive of a man before. I had to repeat that again. Because as soon as they met, the insecurities flipped. Luann's insecurities started coming out. Oh, I thought you'd be a heavier, fat kind of pudgy kind of guy. Oh my God. I didn't know you look like this. Like, her attraction level was there. But I saw in her eyes, she went, ooh, is he going to be attracted to me now?
Because she showed all that cleavage. She showed all that décolletage on the reveal.
Now, let me talk about listen. Let me talk about the cleavage for a second. I'm going to be honest with you. When she came out, before he saw her, when she came around the corner, I went, ooh, that's a lot of titties. Hold on. Whoa, what's going on? Why? Ooh. Then she turned around and said, oh, she ain't got the ass. So she has to accentuate what she has. So that's her best asset. So she's going to put that forward. I'll be honest with you, it might have been a little too much forward too soon. Because even I had to do a double take, like, you sure you want to wear that? Because you're doing a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So it was like, ooh. And then it doesn't help the fact that let's keep it real. It was the facial structure. That's all. That's really where the attraction was. It's not really her body. Her body's fine. It's a facial structure. It's just
she looks like a good, the girl next door.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. She's the girl next door that lives next door, beside the girl next door.
Dang, Trey. Dang.
I'm being for real.
Dang. Trey. You know what? I'll give you what Andy said. I do not accept that. I do not accept that.
Being real 2026, okay? Enough of this bull crap. Everybody lying to each other's faces. We ain't doing that no more, okay? I'm being for real. I like Luann's personality. I thought she had the best personality out of the show to me. I was like, she was cool as heck. She's really cool. She's intelligent, smart. She's funny. But I knew as soon as they saw each other, it was going to be a struggle. I knew it. I said, oh, I was hoping it went well. I was hoping. But as soon as the doors opened and I saw his face, I went, uh-oh. Then when I saw her face, I went, wait, what's going on? Oh, she ain't never had this. Ooh. She
And he
never
didn't like
had.
all he did not like all the
Yeah,
titties in the face. He did not like it.
she served a little too much too soon.
Yeah.
It's all right. Listen, it's okay. Men don't mind serving, but let's keep it real. This may sound cavemanish. I'm sorry. We're gonna keep it real. We don't mind looking. We will look all day. It's fun to look at. It's fun to play with. But when you're getting into a serious relationship and we're talking about marriage at the end of the day, you showing that much is only telling us one thing, and it's not good. You don't want our mindset on that.
So
Show a little bit.
you're saying save that for like the first mixer. Let him get accustomed to seeing it
Yeah.
first before he sees all of it.
Saying, get them accustomed to you. You could do a little bit. Listen, that V-neck was down to it was her spillage was spilling. I was like, whoa, did you get the right size? Like, I had to be like, whoa, did she get the right size dress? Because she had too much breast for
She
the
did.
dress.
Trey, you don't understand the lady's form in that
I
manner.
do.
She did get the right size. That's what she wanted to show. She looked
know.
beautiful. But she did
It's
say if
great.
he was not goo goo gaga over her and all that, her dress, that it ain't gonna work.
Like the headshot picture you showing right now, she looks 10 times better than what she showed up in the reveal. Sometimes you can't go trying to impress too much, can't have you going overboard. It can't.
Well, that was only one time. That was her, best dressed. She wanted to be best dressed with there because we never saw her dress like that again throughout the rest of the
Blazer and
show.
shorts. He was
Right.
fine with the way she dressed the rest of the show. Blazer and shorts.
Yes.
They look fine together. But I knew from that moment on it was going to be a struggle for him because in his mind he likes her. Now for him he's thinking, okay, I know I like her. I like talking to her. We get along. Can I get my body to like her? Ooh, damn. Ooh, and I can see the Andy, Constance, all of them. You notice he had a conversation with every one of those dudes, and they all saw the same thing. Hey, bro, I see it in your eyes. Like, and she wasn't stupid. She was kind of reading it too across the room. Whenever he looks at it, I could tell he's thinking very seriously. He's thinking very seriously about something. And he was like, yo, I am struggling to build a physical connection with this woman. And I like her. This is a problem. This is a problem. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Yes. But you know what? It can happen. I am not, getting at Jan for not being attracted to her. That is the part of the experiment. It's okay not to be attracted to the person that you have selected and has selected you. The thing is, you got to be able to tell them. Because what I don't want is that Luan goes on and thinks that she could be the problem. This is what could happen when, you break up with someone and you don't tell them exactly why or exactly what's going on, and people can spiral because you saw her heart break. Because now, think of it. Now, Jan is the one telling the woman, you in the friend zone. How many times has he broken up with someone? I don't think he has in the past, but we don't know him. But it totally flipped on it, and she's like, here's another one. Huh?
I don't think he ever really had the total. I don't think he really ever had the total chance to break up with anybody like this before. He's probably been broken up with a lot of the times. This was I could tell this was a situation that he's never truly been in before. Not really. He's never really truly been in this type of situation before, so he was struggling on how to handle it. And honestly, I thought he handled it the best he could. It wasn't. He's never rude to her. He, really never mistreated her. It was just he tried, but it was just he could not get there physically with her.
Do you think he would have looked at her if they took a shower together?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because I'm telling you, it's kind of like, if we talk about it, it's kind of like the same
You know what?
thing.
I'm laughing, and this was going to be my point when we got to them. They were in the exact same scenario, but it was handled vastly different. But same
Understood.
scenario, same scenario. Well, with
Exactly.
some slight differences, but handled vastly different.
Vastly different. Vastly different.
Handled
Though,
vastly.
Loan was left crying on the bed, and they made it seem like he was packed up, but we knew he took some time. He packed up and he left, and she was there. It just, for me, as was said, Absen said in the chat,
Was
both
not
of
my
them
friend.
would need extensive, help from a life coach, therapy, because I think their confidence, their self-image, all of that needs to be helped before they should dive back into the dating world. And I'm sorry, Jan, it's going to be hard for you to find someone who does conjugate the verb correctly. It's going to be hard. Okay.
Mentally, this was his match.
Mentally, it was his match because he found it
Emotionally,
attractive that she knew how
emotionally,
to speak.
yes, emotionally, this was his match. Like I
Yes.
said, it was things. If he closes, it's one of the. I hate to say. I hate to say this. If he had to close his eyes, he probably could have got there. But then he had to keep his eyes closed, and that's not serving anyone. That's not fair to her. That's not fair to him. This is just a plain situation where it's just not attractive enough for me to get it there. Like
Understood.
the little man didn't wake up.
Understood. And it's very difficult to explain to your partner why you couldn't really get it together.
Yeah, mind you, I think he really liked her. I think they liked each other.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
But that's not enough at times. Sometimes you got to have a little bit of all of it. Just a little bit sometimes. Be attractive, like them personally, mentally, emotionally. Then, yeah, maybe get something to work in. But it was very telling. Like, I was like, oh my God. The whole insecure thing. And I'm like, okay, boy, you're going overboard with this. But I understand why. Because I seen dudes, I know dudes like him. And it's a struggle for them. Even if they get successful, the only thing that's going to happen to them is getting taken advantage of all the time. Which he's probably had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So he's very hesitant and this and that third. But yeah, it's just I'm like, oh my God, he actually met his match.
Yeah, I think he does show men how you can go through this Love is Blind experience and kind of get out of it unscathed, even if you don't find the lady attractive, and still be respectful. Okay.
Yes.
So we have two more couples to go through. Pick a couple, and we're gonna flow into the next one from there.
Let's go ahead and hit my man Gunner. That's my guy. I ain't gonna lie. That's my guy this season.
Gunner and Josie, y'all. Gunner, I have bones to pick with Gunner. Gunner and Josie.
I'm putting on the Batman cape for Gunner. We going out here. We going in.
We already been at it, Trey. We already been at it. You better tighten that cape. Let me finish this. So Gunner came into this experiment, y'all. And Gunner is, a gentleman that decided that he wants no kids in his life because the changes that kids bring to your life, he doesn't want. Okay, he does not want to change to his lifestyle that kids will bring. He was very honest with the ladies. He told all of them, and the men were concerned that Gunner may not find a match until Gunner met up with Josie. Now, Josie is biracial young lady. Based on what she said about her dad and her mom, it seems like her dad is the African American, the black side of her. I can't say African American because she is German. So definitely, she also mentioned that her mom was protecting her. She felt like she was the person on the outside a lot. She didn't know about taking care of her hair until later on, or her skin. So they did meet up. They did talk. Josie said she is not canceling this man out because he didn't want any kids. Now, she did clock him and saying, "Are you vegan? Are you running marathons? And are you showing your ankles because your jeans are too high?" Stereotypical man in Berlin. So she did have a good laugh at it. Now, here's where they did get engaged. Now, she said she wanted to go slow. I thought she was not attracted to Gunna at all. Right before the reveal, she's like, she doesn't like bald. She doesn't like bald particularly. And here he is shining. Okay. The dome is shining. But Gunner, here's where I like. Let me start with this with Gunner. I like that Gunner doesn't impose his own beliefs onto someone. Gunner is like, this is where I stand. This is who I am. You've got to come to the realization for yourself. He always said whenever the kid thing comes up, he's like, she has to make her own decision as to whether this will be enough for her or not. And she made one of the things Jonesy did do. She did exemplary. She messed up and she came back and apologized. She did tell Gunna, I don't think you're going to be strong enough to take what I'm sending your way. You may not be man enough for me. Thank you, Toni Braxton. And then she realized that was the wrong thing to say. She realized telling a man he's not man enough or strong enough is as disrespectful as telling a woman she's not feminine enough. But they are engaged. I didn't think we like each other on the reveal. But here's where I had an issue with Gunna. Gunna does not want children at all. Okay? But his parents are exemplary and his ideal thought on a marriage. But guess what, Gunna? Your parents had kids. But anyway, also, it's not really a bone to pick with Gunner. I have questions for Gunner. Gunner, if you don't want kids, I am hoping that you have taken the medically necessary steps as a man to make sure you don't have kids. Because if you have not, then you are putting your partner in jeopardy. And if you have not, if your partner, Josie or otherwise, does end up pregnant, will you become resentful? Will you show your entire behind? Or will you step up? Now, I'm going to think that you may step up because you've been stepping up this entire time. But if you have made this choice and decision for yourself, I'm hoping you have taken necessary steps. Okay? That's my questions for Gunna. But Gunna, the whole time, if you realize he ain't dwelling in the men's business, Gunna sits to himself, sits to the side, or with his fiance. They did eventually get intimate, and she said he loves every roll in my bakery. He loved every roll that she may find, is an imperfection, but Gunna love every roll in this bakery. I guess it's vegan rolls. But anyway, what are your thoughts, Trey, on this cow? It says, Gunna, your dude. Okay, Gunna, your dude. Speak up for the man. He better have taken those steps.
To make good pasta, you got to have a roll. But anyway, listen. Gunna gave a symposium on how to express yourself, or how for a man to express himself with emotional regulation. Okay? And admit it like that. He knew how to express himself with emotional regulation. Wasn't scared to express his emotions, but knew how to do it where it wasn't toxic. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was not toxic. He did everything but to uplift you in all the words that he said. Men and the women, if you notice, he did that. To the men and the women. He did everything to lift people up. Number one. You just get slow clap. Slow clap for this man. For this season, how he is running. Okay? Slow clap. Now, let's get to it. This man only had one issue, you can say, with him this whole season. Didn't want to have kids. But as El Cid so eloquently said, he was honest about that from day one, jump one. He didn't pull the, actually, I think we should have said this earlier. Constance was the one who said this. He didn't pull the, what you should do. Get to know him first, then tell him. No, that's almost entrapment. Nah. I'm gonna be honest, because if it's important to them, they didn't know it's important to me that I feel this way. Boom. All the women were saying no. Bet. He was ready for that. He was like, okay, I understand. Bet. Cool. You come across Josie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still questioning myself, do I like Josie or not? Because she's a little too flip-floppy for me. Like, I can understand not I was gonna say secure, but I'm gonna be more
Tell it, Trey, because we ain't even met her family. Tell it.
You know, when here's what got me with Josie. What actually got me started being concerned with Josie. When she made the statement, when she was talking to Gunner, she made the statement, I wasn't, I always, when it comes to having kids, I just thought it was just the thing to do. I just assumed one day I would just have kids at a certain age and that'd be that. I never even considered the fact of even not having kids. So now I have to think about it, and which is fair. I'm glad he made her do that. I'm glad. But the fact that she had that mindset to begin with is what concerned me. Like, okay, especially, just be for real, especially for women, you get a certain age, this is stuff you need to kind of already have concrete within yourself. It can change over time, of course. That's your right to. But at least I have some idea of if you want to have children or not. That don't mean you got to have them right now, tomorrow, next year, whatever. But at least have the mindset, I would like to have children. I would like to have that option in my life. But she's just so kind of flip-floppy fluid about it. It makes me concerned.
She did say we will have kids in our life, be it from his sister or from her
and they
friends.
will.
Yeah.
He's super uncle. He's super Uncle Gunner. He's great with other people's kids. They love him. Gunner love the kids.
Because they get sent back home.
Yeah. So that tell me he watched Insecure. Fuck them kids. He's like, nah. He ain't doing all that. Okay? It's just I am afraid how this was shaping up, and it goes to your last point you made about Gunner that you might have concerns with. I was afraid that, oh God, don't put this man in this situation where you say you're okay with it. Y'all get in this marriage. He's still the same man you married to this day. He's great. Now you get in your mind, oh my God, I want to have a child with him so we can further our legacy. But he's still on this, I don't want to have a kid. Now what? Is this a breakup moment? Does this end your marriage? If he still is very adamant not having children, are you going to hold that against him? Are you going to hold resentment towards that? Because that's something you want now? Like, and this is questions he asked her.
Yes. But he also said, I have, I think Gunner is like in his 30s. I have had, years coming to this conclusion and decision.
Yeah.
She's only had a few days, weeks, or whatever. So he knows it's going to take some time. Gunner is understanding.
He's giving her great grace. Because he's already calculated. I saw it in his eyes. He was calculating that this is going to come up again. Maybe about 2-3 years. That's his calculation. We're going to revisit this again. It's going to be an issue. I'm already preparing for it right now in his head. Like, y'all, this man, and I mean this in the most honorable of sentences when I say this man is years ahead of her. He's ahead of her in every way, shape, or form.
The vegan marathoner with his ankles showing is ahead of her.
Yeah, he's ahead of her. She got to catch up. And
because
the weird thing is she sees it. She's not stupid. She knows she got to catch up, but that's when the weird things about Josie starts to come out. I don't know how much I like her little sarcastic statements that she likes to make. You know, like
I don't like it. She's nervous though. I think she's doing
yes,
that as a self-protection. She's
yes,
also nervous.
yes. It's like she wants to throw shots, but because it's almost like, you know what it is. He's coming off too perfect for her, and she's trying to find every little thing to dirty him up to rationalize it in her mind. You know,
Because I like how
and
he dealt with her talking about him talking to his family too much
that was weird.
every day.
Wasn't
Mhm.
that weird?
Not considering her relationship with her mom that she told
Which is
us.
bad. Which I knew that was
Right.
bad when she started talking. I was like, oh, she got some issues.
But Gunna said, I'm not going to stop talking to my family every day. But Gunna
Exactly.
said, wait till they start calling you just
Mm-hmm.
as much.
It's one of those situations. She herself said that she wished she had or she wished she could have the family that she didn't have growing up. Guess what? I got one just for you. Now, how are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle that? Now, the other side of this, I can already see the calculation of Gunna's parents and especially his sister is going to be waiting on him to have kids as well. Did you catch that? When it was all sitting
Right.
down?
Right.
Yeah, the sister, yeah, don't worry, I'm working on that. So I
Yep.
see a plot going on for the Emperor. The plot, they're trying to take the Emperor out already. I'm like,
Yeah.
Gunna?
That's
But
why I
he
was
knows it's not.
thinking.
So,
That's
yeah.
when I thought maybe he has not taken the necessary medical steps to
Oh, no, I don't think
prevent
he
kids.
has. He's
Right.
just, he's
When
just
the
been practicing
sister,
fake sex.
right, when the sister looking like that, I said, oh, there's still a possibility. I don't see him as doing it and not letting his family know, but it
No.
sounds like it's still an opportunity. It is certainly a question that I'm like, Gunna, what happens if she becomes with child? And then, we always love when couples have the talk about family planning. What is the family planning strategy for this couple since Gunna does not want to have kids? I would find that very fascinating because again, this is Germany. We do not know the cultural norms there either.
Gunna comes off as the type of man, and I may be wrong, but when I say this, but he comes off as the type of man that you ain't gonna never have him not having sex without contraceptives.
And I can see him handling his business, but is the expectation that you also handle your business?
Good question.
Because
And I
no
bet,
business is 100%.
and I'm willing to bet you he's gonna be one to have that conversation with her too.
Yes, he will. I don't, you see, here's my thing. I think Gunno has these conversations with Josie. He's comfortable having them. I'm sure he's had it with previous partners. I just don't think we have seen those conversations.
True. True. It's interesting. Like this couple is, huh?
Who do you think is a yes and who do you think is a no?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, hmm, you know, I can almost see it both ways for both. I think
Yes.
hmm, there is. I answer it this way, which is not be answered, but is answer. There's a part of Josie that sees this man and knows gunners don't come every damn day.
Right.
They don't come every day. This is probably a great opportunity that may not come again. Okay, you could possibly see a very happy life with this man. It only has one hiccup, and it's the hiccup that you're unsure of anyway. You know, which is my ultimate issue with her. Be sure first, so you say yes to anything. You know, but Gunner also. So in that instance, I think Josie may be a yes. And I think his family was the one that secured that yes for her.
Right. Correct.
She met them.
Yes.
I think they secured. After that, I saw like a release from her where she talked to them and they were talking to whatever. There was a visual release when she was around them. I was like, she just got comfortable. She just got comfortable. I went, okay. She might be yes. Gunner is an extremely logical man. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to say it, okay? Yes.
I love the hand gestures.
I'm going to just go out and say it. We who practice emotional regulation, we do think extremely logical when it comes to things. We can't process our emotions, but this is a part of processing it. We're going to process it through the logic first and then figure out how we feel about it. When Gunner was talking to the fellas in the suit get up, when it was get measured for the suits, first of all, let's keep it real. He was running that whole situation, if you notice. He was running. It's how a quiet king rules. Pay attention to that. It's how a quiet king rules. He don't have to be rah-rah. He ain't got to be out front. They got Andy for that. He the poster boy. Let him stand out front. I run things emotionally in this system. Because he was telling them, each and every one of them, about their own situation, how to process their own feelings, and how to think. Even when he did it for himself, he went, I know it's going to be an issue down the line when it comes to Josie and his kid situation. So I'm going to have to take that into a case. Do I want to even deal with that when it comes to it? I went, uh-oh. He just turned you into a calculation, okay? He knows he feels for you. He's attracted to you. He has emotional feelings for you. But he will not allow those emotional feelings to interact with what's going to be a great choice for him years down the line. Not tomorrow, but years down the line. And he's already seen the cracks.
But he's dealt with it before with another partner. I'm sure this is not Gunner's first rodeo. Gunner has dated a woman and had these conversations, and it didn't work out. And it could be because maybe she decided she wanted to have kids. Maybe that's his calculation that this may end too. But I would like to know that family planning conversation. And I enjoy the conversations with Gunner because, as you say, it's logical, but also it's not judgy. Gunner is not telling you, nah, you shouldn't be thinking like that. He never tells her, no, you shouldn't be thinking like that. You need to think like me, or you need to be like me. He always is like, what do you want for you?
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out.
But mind you, though, I will say it again, those of us who think that way, we're also thinking that for ourselves. And at some point, we're going to take ourselves into account. And does this work for us? And he's looking at it. What am I actually getting for Joseph? That's going to be sustaining. And I'm gonna be honest with you, for what we've seen so far, it's a hard question to answer. Because he's actually been extremely accommodating to her when she has challenged his manhood, tried to call him less than, tried to almost insinuate that she wouldn't be attracted to him. And then on top of that, you keep making side remarks and comments in a very sarcastic nature. I'm telling you, he is clocking every situation. He's clocking it.
I'm also clocking the little bit of differences with him. I'm also clocking Trey. Mm-hmm. Let me ask this as the resident man on this panel and here. How many shavers does a man need?
At minimum 2.
Okay.
So I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it. But at minimum 2. You got to have one for your scalp. Your scalp and facial hair can be the same, but I understand why he got 3. He probably got the handheld little round shaver for his scalp. get wide area or whatever. Then you have a regular trimmer shaver for your beard. You get a certain level, and you got to have one for the private regions.
He said south of your chest.
Yep, because I
Okay.
do as well. I have one main one for my hair and beard, and I have a dedicated one for everything south of my chest.
Okay, for manscaping.
Yes.
Okay, we just want just like you like to ask things about what the ladies do. We like to ask if Gunner is on point with that or not. Okay.
Oh, he's on point, straight up, on point. And her trying to be I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for another girl when we get to it. For her to look snide at it, like, oh my God, that's weird. That tells me you haven't really dealt with a lot of men yourself.
Or men like him.
Not even like him. You haven't dealt with, you haven't gotten past a certain level with men to understand and see how that actually works. You've been very surface.
Right.
Which makes sense because her own words and her own opinion and her own opinions, she's been unemotionally available most of her life in most of her relationships. She said that about herself. This is the first time she has found herself emotionally available, and it's scaring her to a certain extent. She admitted that. Like, this is new for her. This is kind of scary. Which leads to the sarcastic comments and the slide remarks here and there. So that's why I'm giving it some grace. That's why I was like, I don't know if I like Josie or not.
Right. Now, absence, I'm gonna have to come off. I'm gonna have to, be on Gunner's side. It ain't no funny slippers. He has no slip socks, which I do as well. Okay. I had no problem with that man and his no slip socks. The problem I had with that man, okay, with those no slip socks, is walking from the men's lounge all the way to the pod, knowing these people are walking around with their shoes dirty all over the floor, and you walking around with your no slip socks where they're wearing their shoes.
That's where you should be wearing them. That's hardwood floors. This makes sense to wear them there.
Trey, I'm talking about in the men's lounge, and then walk down the hall, and then in your pod. You're tracking all of the germs that they have been walking around with.
But there's no slip socks. It hasn't. The key is he wants to be comfortable without being barefoot.
But he wants to jump into bed with the same socks.
Okay, that was a little wild. But hey, it was a little wild when I saw that. Hey, bro, take the socks off. But hey, I mean, how many times we walk around our own house with your socks on, then you get into bed? It happens.
But my house has a no shoe policy.
Mine too. Well, mine too. I don't wear shoes in my house. Unless it's dress shoes because I'm coming from my bedroom.
Right. But the thing is that also Gunner came with his own pillow. I don't travel like that. I travel with a pillow on the plane, but I don't travel.
I mean, hey, he making sure he sleep right. Okay? I'm going to be comfortable. Right? I'm going to be refreshed when I get up in the morning.
You know what I thought? I said, you ain't got no hair to tangle up on anything. Why you need a special pillow?
It's for your neck. You're gonna have perfect neck posture. He ain't gonna be waking up all crazy looking like, nah. He's like, I'm telling you, Gunner rises up like this. He's just telling you. This is that dude.
Okay, your love of Gunner is a little too much for me. The questions I have for Gunner are hard-hitting questions. Until I find out that family planning situation, Gunner's still on my list. Yes, he is, behaving the best.
Listen, we know his family planning situation. I don't want kids. Has he gone to the extreme of getting the vasectomy or whatnot? Probably not. But that's because he practices safe sex and does all he can to keep that from happening, which is just as fine. I always say when you find dudes that has had a vasectomy done before you met him, that's an extreme measure. You need to find out what's going on with him, like we did last year with that Denver dude, homeboy in Denver. That was the question. Was that. Hold on. That's the question. What's going on here? What's up with you?
What about how many lint removers that he comes with?
He don't like lint. What's up? I don't like lint that well either. I wish I had the foresight to carry my lint brush a lot more than I do.
There has to be something with the men because remember, Love is Blind Italy, Parmy also had a thing with lint rollers and lint removers.
Well, let's keep it real. I gotta say this. The idea of metrosexual started with the European look. You know, the European style, the James Bond. You know what I'm saying? Always groomed, always dapper, look good in the suit, everything you wear, no lint, no blemishes. You know, it's a thing. When it came here, it just became a certain name because we traded it to a certain lifestyle or a certain men that live a certain lifestyle, which is really not fair. But they just attached a term to it. He's metrosexual.
I understand that. I'm just saying that these, men out here are more concerned about lint. It used to be us ladies. I have multiple lint rollers in my car even, okay? I carried it around.
I try to keep one in my car, I try to.
But the ones for the winter clothes and stuff is electronic. Sometimes you need those blades to take, the lint out of the pea coat. But again, Gunna, I'm not saying anything is wrong with Gunna. Nothing is wrong that I've seen. I have questions about. No, I'm not looking. I have questions, legitimate questions that she needs to be looking at rather than taking digs at him because he's a little bit different. He ain't asking you to be on the half marathon. And I know they were pushing Gunna to be this year's Marcel, and I was not having it.
It's something you just said. Gunna. Yes, that question needs to be asked and talked about, but that's also the thing that gives me pause about Joseph sometimes. She's not going to ask the question. He's going to bring it up. He's going to bring it up.
Yes, he will. That's why I'm saying I have those questions for Gunner, and I did acknowledge that we may not have seen it. I'm sure he is comfortable having that conversation and talking to her about it, and I'm sure they have talked about it. So, and that's why they probably expect us to be all up in arms about him not wanting kids and putting her in jeopardy by them, slapping skins. But again, I'm thinking, otherwise it's just a little bit,
I will say it was interesting. I was proud of Josie when she did make Gunner her choice, because Josie also had another connection who was Jabi. So I could see a part of her, what Jabi said to Gunny as we was arguing about that little microaggression he had with him in the past. There was some truth to it, because for a second there, especially the comment she made towards Gunner about him not being manly enough. Yeah, there was a strong sense she was going to go with Jabi, and that was the choice. This is what she's used to. So I thought it was interesting and very smart of her to realize I need to be different in the way I move. I need to recognize that this is actually a good man. What am I doing? Don't be stupid. And I was so glad when she came back and apologized. That showed maturity.
Yes.
Showed so much maturity. Like, she gained super points. Even though I was still upset about it, she gained super points for me for that. I was like, okay. At least she has the ability to recognize her faults.
Right. She can self-correct.
Yes.
She can self-correct.
Because even after some of her little sarcastic remarks or whatever, she comes behind them and tries to clean it up.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, we just need to stop you from doing them. But
right. Here's the thing, and I did see Absent saying that many people don't want children in the dating scene now. That is correct. There are a lot of children, my friends' children, who are in their early 20s, high school sweethearts that are getting married and are making the elective decision not to have children. Now, we are in the US, and there are some states that don't allow you to, as a man or woman, get, surgical remedies for not being able to carry children until you reach a certain age. I know some states it's 29 or 30. So these young people in their 20s, like 2024, who are in relationships or even engaged, I know at least two couples in their 20s engaged that say they do not wish to have any children. So I am aware of, and I do see the dating scene of a lot of young people saying no children at all.
Yeah, it's increasing, and I can kind of understand why we it started with my era a little bit. We had too many situations where people were just having kids all over the place, and and now this is just a harsh autocorrect, a
Yes.
very harsh one.
Especially when there are countries that are now talking about their birth rates being low already.
Yes, and ours is one of them.
Yes.
Notice, ours is one of them. So we're already facing the situation where the government is trying to make people have kids. Woo! Woo!
But not help you with daycare. But this is not that type of show. This is not that type of channel. But we shall. Is there anything else? So you believe that it could go either way with these two?
Josie will probably be a yes. There's a possibility that Gunner could see a no. If he plays this forward and see how it plays out. A possibility. I hope it's a yes though, because I can see it for them. But he is playing this out, and if he's really standing on his square, what it looks like he is, I can see him saying no, because in the future, she's going to want kids. Actually, it's weird that I'm almost more sure than she is that she's going to want kids later on down the road. I can see it in her. I'm like, nah, you want kids. I can see it. You want them. This is just the first time you had to face like, oh my God, I may have to give that up. And having that option take away is what's what's really making her go through it.
I agree with you. I do think that he may be a no, standing on his beliefs and with kids and not wanting to go down that path with another partner. I could see that. I could see her being a yes because as you said, the relief that the family accepts her was wonderful for her.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I have hope. I have hope though. I hope these two do get married. Whether it works out in the long run or not, I have hope that these two, because they're making good strides, they're making good, steps forward, and I can see them understanding each other. They're not judging, and they are just doing what they need to feel secure in their relationship.
Gunner meeting her friends was big for her.
Yes.
Because I think she was expecting like a lambasting, and that didn't happen. He handled that situation extremely well. He's like, oh no, I agree with you. You shouldn't be on my side. I was like, perfect. Perfect.
Because I would wonder about y'all really her friends if y'all are saying y'all were on my side. I was like,
what? Now that is game. Okay? That's game. That is game. I've said that before. I was like, yes.
It was like, game.
Woo, good game.
It was game because the ladies came with their knives sharpened.
And to be straight up, y'all, chat, what made it game was the fact that it was true. That's what made it the best game. Because it is a true statement. All of a sudden, you just met me and you totally on my side. Are you really her friend? I'm looking at you sideways. What type of friend you got? What's going on with this friend circle?
What y'all really about? If y'all agree with me, y'all don't know me.
Exactly. I can understand about 6 months from now, and I'm still speaking like that. You're like, hey, your man made some points. Like, nah, y'all barely met me. No, it was perfect. Perfect.
Right. It was well done. What is not so perfect?
Hmm.
Not so perfect. Far
Oh,
from perfect.
oh,
Far, far from perfect.
oh,
Is Jubriel and Wendy. Are y'all ready? Are y'all buckled in?
oh God.
Are y'all buckled in? Because this one is one for the books. Okay,
Oh,
so Jubriel is there. He was in a little bit of a triangle with Josie, who was previously we talked about with Gunner. And then Jubriel decided on Wendy. Wendy had decided Jubriel is her man, her man, her man. Early on, she had no doubts. While he's in the lounge talking about maybe I'm the type of man that Josie needs. Okay. Don't forget in this image, although y'all don't see it, members, y'all had lots to say about men with dangle earrings and how they are a disappointment that doesn't fail to disappoint. Okay, so he does tell us, after he has proposes to Wendy, that yeah, I'm engaged, but I don't know if I love her. They have their reveal. Their reveal reminded me of Clay and AD. Girl, you look good. Girl, you look good. And then you proceed to hug me and your face is in my neck so you don't have to look at me. That's just my thought. That's just my thought. Then we go to Greece and we love the pool and we love the view of the ocean and the view of everything but her. And I have to say, production, Jubriel, I'm sorry, production caught you. The few times you looked in her direction, they caught you in real time having a stone cold expression. And they had her in the same screenshot to let us know we did not superimpose this from another time. This is right now. Because the way he was looking at her while she was putting on her makeup for that mixer, I was scared. I was scared. But it was sad to watch. She made every effort. She even made the effort of being unclothed and showering with him. And y'all, that short is in the shorts. Shorts for this entire season is in the short section of this channel. But she also made that effort, and she said he didn't even look at her while they were showering together. Yet he wanted to act like we could still, see where this goes. Are you a person that falls in love quickly? Are you this type of person? And it was given to me. It wasn't completely gaslighting like everyone likes to say. It was given me, disposable. But she finally came to the realization that we need to be done with this and I need to go. While he was, I don't know who works out with a sweater, but that's okay. And then when we meet up at the mixer, he actually wants to say there's no bad blood. We ended really nice. We had a good conversation. When? It must be something production did not show us.
It was that morning that the conversation that we saw. That's what it was.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, sir. You tried to tell us that she came here to twist things to make you look like the villain. No, sir, you did that by yourself. You did that by
Nah,
yourself, even in the men's lounge. Trey, talk to
it
us
was
about
halfway.
these two.
I agree with everything said. The last little part that was halfway true, but we get to that. Okay. I got some smoke for Jobby, but probably not as much as you. Okay. Because I view it vastly different for different reasons. I don't have smoke for Ronnie. That's how you say your name, right, Ronnie?
She is Wendy and he is
Wendy.
Jubriel.
I don't know why I keep getting her name wrong. Um, Wendy. I I almost knew from Jump Street that this was going to be a problem. And it's for a specific reason. I'm going to say this. I personally feel like Wendy was too inexperienced in relationships, period, to be on a show like this. And I mean that in the greatest sincerity. when she was talking to Juby and she started talking about her past relationships or the lack thereof, and then when she explained her situationships, they actually wasn't situationships. When I heard them, I went, "Oh, baby girl, no, you just got used. You just got used. Oh, this is okay. So already you're not coming in with at least the bare minimum of discernment. Because you could have clocked Juby from a mile away. Like, this ain't it. A mile away. Matter of fact, other women was clocking it for you, and you wasn't catching it. Josie was trying to clock it for you, and you ain't catch it. You know, so it's like, this is. I saw a young girl that was going to try too much for something that wasn't worth trying for. Okay. Now let's get to the harsh part of this. Okay. I knew it was going to be a struggle when it came time for the reveal. I knew it. So let me just go ahead and say this. I think Wendy is a pretty woman. She's a pretty girl. But I knew because of her strong facial structure that Jabu was going to go, yes, I said it. I could tell you exactly what he was thinking. There's a reason why he chose to comment her body first. There's a reason why he chose to comment on her body first. And I knew he was going to do it. And I was hoping that it wasn't going to happen. But I saw it in his eyes. I went, damn it, he's going to do it. And to go to Africa, I'm not penalizing her for her lack of experience. But I just personally believe you shouldn't be on this type of setting or in this type of show when you do have a lack of experience. It could be very easy for you to be taken advantage of. That's all I'm saying. You know, because I'm sitting here watching this and I'm clocking. Unfortunately, she's kind of an easy mark. And a lot of men are just going to take advantage of that without even thinking about it. You know, and that's what was making me sad about it. I was just like,
bad. Now, Trey, funny you say that strong feature. Someone said that on my TikTok clip of the show, and they took it down because people came at them for saying that.
I know. And I guarantee they might come at me, but the truth is the truth. We are not blind. We all see what is happening here. We're all seeing this. Like, I knew what it was. When I first saw her, I was like, oh, she's cute. You know? But I knew how Jabi was talking, how he was moving. Yes, I did say that about Juan, because Juan ain't Jabi. He handled himself, that's what I said. Same situation, handled vastly different. Because Juan actually liked Luann. He actually liked her. He just wasn't attracted to her. But it's the same situation. This problem is, and they said, and he said it, which was, Elsa, you said it earlier. He said it to the pause. He proposed to her, right? But he knew he wasn't in love with her. He wasn't sure he was ever going to love her. That means, you know, and don't get me wrong, you know, this kind of wild to be, it can happen, but it's kind of wild to be falling in love with somebody you never met. It happens though. But the main issue is that I saw he has no emotional connection to her.
None. Even the proposal was dry as heck.
This was just to go forward. That's all it was.
You want to marry me, girl?
Basically.
I'm glad she did not propose to him, because we found out in Germany the woman can propose too. I was hoping the entire time that she didn't.
it was weird that they made that announcement. I went, oh God, because she was given that. If it would have went another day, she probably would have done it. Oh, like I could tell that he was not that emotionally invested in her. God's honest truth, he was probably a hair, maybe just a smidge more emotionally invested in Josie than her. Just a smidge more.
Here's my theory. He wanted to stay there to get to the mixer to see if he could snatch
To
up
see
Josie from Gunner.
Yeah, but he knew that was going to happen as soon as he met Joseph. That ain't happen. He got that locked up.
And then he said, sleep on it so we could still sleep in Greece for one more night. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he from Jump Street from the Pies, he wasn't that into her. She's a nice girl, has a nice personality, fun to talk to, they get along, but you could tell he just wasn't that into her. So when it came time to reveal, I knew it was going to be chaos. I knew it was going to be chaos. He saw her. The first thing he did, like I said, complimented her body. That tells you he wasn't feeling this. Period. Period. So, period. Saying he just went to the first thing he could, in his mind, to try and objectify. That was her body. Well, she had a great body. Her back was amazing. Can't even lie. I was like, wow. What's her workout plan? Let me get on that. Like, but nah, I knew it was going to be chaos. And she was trying so hard because I think she genuinely was attracted to him. She liked him. It's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this with all seriousness. You know, as also a tall, plus size girly like Wendy, when you meet another, you know, black man, okay, you meet a black man, and all you see is we can have the black love that we all looking for. I think she fell not just for him and what he was saying to her. I really don't think Wendy also was listening to him, because when you go back and you listen to what he said to her in the pods, there wasn't much that we saw. It wasn't much when he was talking to her and relating to her. I was like, Wendy, when he was like, oh, he was saying something and she cut him off. And I was like, girl, let the man speak. Let him finish talking. Listen to what he has to say.
He was telling
when
her,
he
it's
said,
just not every instance.
yeah, well, think about me too. Yeah, I'll be thinking about you. He was going to say something else. Yes, I'll be thinking about you all day. You're showing your hand and letting that man know that you all over him.
She was trying to dominate the conversation because she didn't want to hear that rejection from him. Let's just keep it real. She was trying to dominate that conversation because she didn't want to hear that rejection from him. She's not foolish. She can see, but you know, she can see slowly but surely this man is not reacting to me as a man that's attracted to you probably should react. You know, so she's trying to do all that she can to cover herself.
And I was feeling so hurt for her, because do you not understand how hurtful it is that you have bared it all in front of someone and they don't even want to look at you? That is devastating.
Yeah.
Then you could have at least told her, you know what, I want to shower privately. But you allowed her, not allow as permission, y'all, but he knew what was coming and you didn't give any objections to it, and you turned your back on that girl.
You know what? It's funny. Either way, it would have been bad. Because if he would have said, nah, I'm good, I just want to go and get the shower done, that's still a bit of rejection.
It is a bit of rejection, but it's worse that she is bared and you don't even look at her.
It was definitely a yikes moment. Like, wow. it was definitely a wow moment.
Yet we sitting here with the boys, and I'm glad at least Consti clocked him. And when they said, hey, how are you feeling? How's the relationship? Oh, the view isn't this place wonderful? They're like, that ain't what we asked you.
We ain't talking about the view, man. We're talking about you and Wendy. Yeah. It was plain on his face. They all knew that, oh, this ain't going right. This ain't good. This ain't going right. This ain't You know, but so yeah, she did rise up that morning. It was like, you know what, enough of this. You know, just time to be up out of here. You know, let's wait till the morning to find out how we feel about it. Her decision was already made at that moment. She just waited till the next morning. It was like, let's get up out of here. And he put the ring on the wrong finger, for God's sake. He
First
knew
of
what
all,
he knew what ring. He knew what ring that finger. He knew what finger that ring went on. He chose the right hand on purpose. Told me a lot right then and there. Told me a lot right then and there. I was like, nah, this is. It was just hard to watch. It's like, this dude is not feeling her. He doesn't know how to say no. I'm not feeling this. Because, like I said, same situation with Juan and Luann. It's just vastly different. And the only reason why it was vastly different was because Juan actually liked Luann. Like, he genuinely liked her. But physically,
but he didn't give her much of anything. I hated when my ladies feed and feast on the crumbs they are given. He gave her crumbs. He gave her dust. The same dust that Jesse saw on Constantine's floor is the dust that he gave, and she is feasting on it. I'm sorry. I was like, I wanted,
rough.
you know, I was like, yeah, he gonna be and do what he do best. Nothing. But I need my girl to wake up.
I wanted to shake her. I wish I could go back in time and be like the Flash, come back to Bruce. Wendy, no, don't do it. No, say no. Like, nah, this is. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was just glad she didn't propose. I mean, she didn't propose. She gave the ring back. Ugh.
I mean, I knew it was all Billy. And you know what?
When a man said he feels trapped being with you, run.
You know, the real diabolicalness. Yeah, I added that on. The real diabolicalness started. You know what it really started? When she told him about her relationship status and how it was up to that point, right? And he questioned her about it, right? I looked into his eyes. I looked into his face. Wait. That's a hard question. And I asked myself that, right? Because in my estimation, this is a you can't win for losing situation. To be God's honest truth, you can't win for losing. You're on this show. You know you can't see each other. You have to build some type of emotional connection with this person. Whether whether you do or you don't is important in my answer. Whether you do or you don't is very important. If I myself meet her and I do have an emotional connection to her, but I can see that I'm not physically attracted to her, I'm probably going to be reacting more like Juan in this situation. With Juby, he didn't have the big emotional connection with her, right? Me, what I probably would have did, I would have been like old boy, what his name was from Lovers Blind Brazil, the old guy. When he saw old girl, he was like, "This ain't gonna work."
Mario.
That I would have pulled a Mario. Now, this is why I say you can't win for losing. If y'all remember back, it was Samantha and Miss Elsie was trying to give Mario smoke for that. And I said, what are you supposed to do? If you're not attracted, you're not attracted. He did the right thing with just saying no right then and there. But we know how this is set up for a lot of men when you're in this situation. You can't win for losing. You're gonna get smoke for it. You know, because you're gonna have some people. Oh, why won't he be attracted to her? She's beautiful. This and that and third. It don't matter if you think it doesn't matter if you personally think she's beautiful or not, or he's personally handsome or not. What matters is how the other person feels when they see them, because they're the one that's in it. Just like you might be in that position one day, You meet somebody, you might have talked to them on the phone or whatever. You like them, then you meet them, and it's not. How do you let that person down? Like, can I give you a quick story time? I can tell this story, right?
Go ahead.
High school, junior year. I was single during this time, and somebody gave this young lady my phone number because I get a phone call at the house out of the blue. Hey, my name's so and so. I was like, who is? I don't know you. I know, but someone, I saw you one day. I thought you was cute, and I asked a mutual friend, can he hook me up to your number? I was like, what is this? This is what? This is weird. Now,
Your number being passed around, Trey?
That's what concerned me the most. Because a lot of people didn't have my number like that. So I was trying to figure out who gave my number out. Like, what's going on here?
What mama say?
This is what make it really diabolical. She was so sweet on the phone that I'm like, dang, she got a sexy voice. Like, who are you? What's going on here? And we started talking. I was literally in a lover's blind situation. For real. I was like, yo. At first, I didn't kind of take it seriously, but after a few days of talking, you know what? You can call me. I'll call you tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I almost didn't do it, but I was like, it was a good conversation. Let me call this chick. Let's see what's up. Talk some more. I find myself kind of falling for old girl. I'm like, yo, who is sexy voice? Like we clicked. I'm like, yo, this is cool. She got a great sense of humor. I'm like, oh my God. But in the back of my mind, I'm a little scared. I don't know what this girl looked like. We know some of the same people. I know them, so I know they don't kind of deal with, chicks. So I'm like, okay, but maybe this is something here. Let me try to explore this. She went to a neighboring school, number one. It was a town called Nichols. I was from Marion County. She went to the school that's over. So I'm like, all right, it's a distance. We used to go to the skating rink on the weekend, and that was our club for the kids. That was our club. We treated it like a club. Anybody did no skate at all. It's clubbing there. I was like, hey, we're going to skate rink this weekend. How about we just meet up at the skate rink? Okay, that's cool. Saturday night with my crew, D-boys out. We outside. I'm waiting for her to show up. No show. Uh-oh. This might be a problem. I call her up. Hey, why you didn't show up? Oh, actually, I showed up. I was outside, but there was a lot of commotion out there, and I decided to dip or not. What saved it? There was a commotion outside. There was a big fight that happened outside. A little bit of shooting happened. So, understandably, I was like, okay, because they cleared the skate rink out that night. I was like, all right, I get it. You came up, they were shooting. Everybody dip out. We left soon after. Let that slide. I was like, all right. A few days later, I was like, hey, maybe we want to meet up, next weekend or whatnot, this, that. Okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, she has talked on the phone with my sister. My sister likes her. They answer the phone, Hey, how you doing? Hey, talk on the phone with my sister. My sister likes her. She has spoken to my mother when my mother answered the phone. My mother, she seemed like a nice young lady. She spoke to my father. Now this is a rarity. She spoke to my dad. My dad's like, I kind of like that young lady. She's nice. She
making
nice.
the rounds.
I'm like, wait a minute, who is this chick? What's going on? This weekend we were supposed to meet up. She had a call that morning. Hey, I gotta go with my family, emergency, whatever. I gotta go out of town. But okay, bet. It got to the point I was talking to the phone. I was like, hey, how about you just, I don't know how I talked her into this, but I was like, how about you just send me a photo in the mail? This is back in the day. We still did that thing. Phones, we didn't have the smartphones like that. I just had my talk on the weekend minutes, okay?
After 9
Friday,
p.m.
Saturday,
too.
I'm telling you, okay? Weekend's free. So, that's why we still got the landline. She called the house a lot. Called hit my sale when we on the weekend. Boom, boom. That's how we used to get it up. We really had a map for real. Okay. So I was like, how about you just send me a little photo in the mail? You know what I'm saying? Just send me a quick photo. It'd be a day or two before you get here. Boom. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I was home. Me and my sister were home. My mom was out. My dad was out. We just came home from school. I think mom was maybe at the grocery store or whatever. She went home. My sister goes to the mailbox as she usually does, checks the mail. She said, hey, bro, you got mail. Oh, okay. I'm thinking in my head, ooh, it might be that package. Boom. Okay. I check it. It's her name. Now, let me set the scene for you. I got to set the scene for you. This is 2000. Yeah, this is 2000. Unleash the Dragon had just came out. You know what I'm saying? Cisco. I got the album. I'm listening to it on my Walkman. Like, I'm jamming out. Oh, Unleash the Dragon. Thong song. It's going out. I was like, yeah, this shit's like fire. This shit's fire. Get the mail. She said, hey, you got mail? I came up, got it. I said, ooh. My heart immediately started thumping. I said, woo. I walked back to the back of the house where my mom and dad room was. For some reason, I like to sit back there in the corner. They had a little seat. You can look right down the hallway to the front of the house for some reason. I just like to sit in there kind of in the dark. I sat down. I'm slowly opening the letter. I'm like, oh my God. I was nervous. I slowly opened the letter. I put my head in there. I start pulling out. I pull out about a fraction of the photo. I visibly scream. I go, ah! Oh my God. My sister runs out her bedroom window in the front of the house and go, oh, what's up? What's up with you? What's wrong with you? I walk out the front of the house. I put the picture. I didn't even see the whole picture. I just slid it back in there. I'm holding the letter. My sister looks at my face. I see her face, see my face, see her face. She goes, oh God, please don't tell me. It can't be that bad. She knew exactly who it was from. She's like, it can't be that bad. It can't, nah. It can't be that bad. I don't say nothing. I just hand her the letter. I got the sad face on. My sister pulls out the letter and she goes verbatim. She goes, oh God. This is my sister. She goes, okay. You're going to have to let her down easy because she's a very nice girl. She's very sweet. You're going to have to let her down easy. But heck no, ain't no brother of mine going to be talking to this. No.
Y'all ain't even give the girl a chance. Trey, you ended up, your reveal would have been awful.
Yes. First of all, Elsie, when my own sister is telling me, oh, no. You know.
Y'all needed to give the girl a chance. The photo is just, and it probably ain't even a clear photo, but
it was clear. I'm gonna tell you what my sister told me. Because her words was echoing yours before she saw the photo. She's like, can't be that bad. No, you got it. I like her. She's real nice. I like her. She saw the photo. She went, oh, You're going to have to let her down easy. Make sure you do it easy because she's really nice. I like her. Yeah, y'all just going to have to be friends.
Well, Jan didn't let her down easy. And I wonder if Juby decided to let her break it off so he doesn't look as bad.
That's
but
exactly what he did.
I wanted to address this. I don't think she's AD. She's not a Pygmisha. I'm not saying that. I said their reveal reminded me of Clay and AD's reveal of his him reaction. Focusing on her body. Not his that she's reaction. AD. Right. She's not. She's naive. She wasn't listening to the foolishness he was spewing in the pods that we saw.
Yes.
And she really wanted to be engaged and to be married, and said now she feels like an adult because a ring is on her finger. I think that her thought process is a little bit naive.
It is.
Don't settle just because you have a ring on your finger that now you're an adult. I'm sorry. No, baby girl, I need you to do something else. I
See,
need you to
big
think about
difference.
this differently.
There's a big difference. Clay kind of halfway drug her through all the way to the end when he knew it really wasn't it. This wasn't it for him. He knew, you know, he knew. But the difference is he kind of drug her to the end. The difference in this is she caught on a little slower than I wanted her to, but caught on quick enough to be like, you know what? I don't have to put myself through this, and ended it for him. Because you're exactly right. He was trying to set up a situation where she would end things and not him, thinking that would make him least the bad guy.
And that didn't help.
Not really.
That didn't help at all with what was going on. I'm sorry.
I'll
He
I'll be more specific. It doesn't make him the villain, but it does make him the asshole that he thought he wasn't. At least on that part. Because what really solidified this was what she said afterward before she came to that mixer. That's why I'm half and half with her little outrage on the mixer. She said, which he did say, hey, when we get back, we will discuss this more, or we'll talk more, and maybe we'll figure things out, blah, blah, blah. And he never called her when they got back.
right. He didn't even say, "Hey, I'm giving you some space," but he said he has his pride and knows he's a good person, and he was honest from the start. I'm sorry, sir, we did not see that.
No, Africa, he is that shrewd. That's exactly what he was doing. He did not have the cojones to break it off with her first, because remember what he said in the pause, he never wanted to come off looking like the a-hole. He said that about himself. And in this situation, he was turning into the a-hole without even trying, because he wasn't trying. That's why I said you can't win for losing in this situation. In some way, shape, or form, especially the way he was handling it, bro, you look like an a-hole, and you're treating her wrongly.
Now, Absence, when he accused her of being fake, I don't know exactly what was in his mind. Again, we know this is an edited, produced show, but I didn't see Wendy as being fake. She
I
showed
think I
interest
know.
in him. You think you know? Go
I
ahead, Trey.
think I know. It just didn't make too much sense, but I think I know. It didn't. I kind of. That's why I say I was half. The outburst itself was a little weird to me. Okay, I knew she was coming with some energy, but the energy that she said outside did not match the energy she actually had inside. So already I'm like, all right, what's going on here? What are you really upset about? Because let's be honest, you are glad that this didn't go anywhere. You should be glad that this didn't go anywhere. So what are you really upset about? That he didn't call you?
He didn't keep his word.
And if that's the case, I'm with you on that. But it also leads you to think, baby girl, and this goes to her naivete, why would he call you? Especially after the conversation y'all had when y'all left the resort and how you left. There's really no reason to call you.
But he promised, he said, I'll call you when we get out of here.
And that's why he's an a-hole, because he shouldn't have done that. He was just talking. He was chatting, like the kids say. He was just chatting. And just trying to say stuff to get up out of there.
Yeah, nice chat. Nice talking to you, though. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, it was. Now, the fake comment, I think it was because of some of the fake outrage she was trying to show. Because I'm be honest with you, I didn't believe all of it. That's why I said the way she came off, I didn't believe all of it. You know, I'm just like, okay,
I didn't believe she believed all of it.
Yeah, I was like, you're trying to have a moment and it's not coming off as a good moment.
Right.
To as an example, Celia had a better moment, but I felt the same way about that as this.
No,
Why?
I'm at least I'm not saying, her outrage was fake. What we're saying is she had more heat when she was talking to the ladies about the situation. And then
Exactly.
when finally facing him, the heat kind of boiled down. And
Yeah.
that to me was like, girl, I need that energy. I need
So
that energy.
that's what I'm saying. To God's honest truth, it really wasn't heat. Not really. It really wasn't heat.
So
Like
maybe she was more angry with herself for even
I
going
think
that
so.
far with him.
I think so. It was misplaced because let's keep it real. We want to sit here and call him a-hole, this and that and third, how he handled things. And God's honest truth, he could have handled things a little better. But let's keep it real. What would we have said if he did somewhat try with her and still this ended up the same way? Whoa, you taking advantage of her when you know you didn't like her?
But we never have a problem if you are not attracted to your partner. For us, it's always how do you express it? How do you end it? How do you tell them and
True.
communicate it? It's okay that he's not attracted to her. Don't feed her that you are liking her and that you're willing to continue this engagement. You can sit there and speak to her. Don't look away at the ocean every time you're sitting across from her. Say, hey, don't say, do you fall in love quickly? No, come out straight and say it, sir. Say, hey, this is not working out for me. I'm really not feeling the attraction that's there. I'm really, I'm trying or whatever, but at least say, I'm not feeling the attraction. She's thinking at the pool, she's like, maybe he needs more time to warm up. No, he doesn't. He is cold as he willing to be in a cold pool than be with you.
Well,
And he's
that's the
wrong for
thing.
that. He's wrong for not
That's true.
telling her.
Yes, that the thing that I wanted to get on him about most all, like, bro, you knew from the reveal that you wasn't feeling her like that. And you should have stood in that and dealt with it from that standpoint. No, you tried to be cold and closed off to get her to break it off, which is that's exactly what happened. So in that instance, I could say yes, the coward trope, or you want to, call him, less of a man down that. Yeah, I might agree with. Like, bro, you should have been upfront and said something, even though, and I'm gonna say this, even though I'm telling you, even if he was upfront with her, we still would have, well, even if he said it in the best way possible. In the past, we have all.
We always had a critique of some
Yeah,
kind.
it's always
And
going to
we
be some type
would.
of critique.
But we would applaud at least the honesty.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing I'm mostly getting at. In some way, shape, or form, this is a win-lose. This is not non-win. You're not winning, no way, shape, or form in this situation, especially as a guy. It's a little different when it's reversed and a woman is not attracted to the guy. We kind of look at this and handle it a little bit differently. But when it's a guy not attracted to a woman, one of the first things I see as a guy is quickly the women. Some of the women go, "Whoa, why isn't he attracted? He should be attracted to her." I'm like, no, that's not a
Not
guarantee.
should be, but his communication should be better rather than, the thing is, they would walk in with holding hands. First of all, you ain't holding my hand
Yeah, that
with
was.
all that foolishness.
I didn't like that.
Second of all,
Didn't like that.
when we're away from when we're there, you spending time with the fellas more than you spend time with me. And also when we're together, you asking, I wonder what Constantine doing. Dude, you here
At
for
first,
to hang out.
yeah. At first, I was wondering, like, when you used to say he was breadcrumbing her, I was like, what breadcrumbs? But yeah, the little instances of holding hands and this and that. Yeah, bro. No, just
But for
I know
him
I
to
couldn't do that. I know I couldn't
try and
do it.
twist it on her at the mixer to try and say she tried to make him out to be the national a-hole. No, sir. You did that yourself.
No, he
She
did
didn't
that
have
himself.
you didn't
He
need
did
any
that
help.
himself. Yeah, he did that himself. He definitely did that himself.
But y'all,
So,
this is an edited, produced show. Yes,
It
we
is.
know Jubriel is being edited to show us as a villain, but they wouldn't have footage unless he gave them the behavior to film in the first place. Okay, but we know that maybe he may find that there are reasons why he behaved that way, where he thought he was communicating clearly, though we did not see it. So definitely, I just want my and I feel like this. I felt like this with Alberta. You remember Alberta the first season? I felt like this, but Alberta at least, didn't go with the whole thing with Fabio. And when Fabio tried to spin the block on her after breaking up with her, she didn't accept him. And I'm hoping my girl Wendy that she is definitely going to use this as a learning tool for when she's dating the next person. You are young, Wendy. You are enough. Do not dim your light for anyone, please, Wendy. Okay? Be yourself. There is a gentleman out there for you. Just don't limit yourself. And, try and weed out the foolishness and stop speaking and listen more to what the man is telling you and watch his behavior a little bit faster than these few days in Greece. Is there anything else you want to say about? We know these two didn't make it, y'all. They didn't make it past Greece. She gave him back the ring and she walked off and left him there. Anything else you want to say about
Um,
these two?
am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging pretty bad.
No, I don't see you lagging.
I think you're lagging for me. This is weird.
I'm
But
lagging.
yeah, to me, it might not be lagging to everybody else. But to me, you're actually frozen right now. But it might be me. Anything else about them? Not really. This was a train wreck from the very beginning, and it was clear as day. You might commit the argument it was not really set up, but allowed to be the train wreck. So it was like, I do wish her the best. And you're right. I hope this is more of a learning experience for her. And Jabi, bro, you got to be better of how you handle things. Like, you also got to realize the situation you're in. Sometimes being a man does mean you have to, at times, just to say, at times you may have to be more rude than you intend to. And sometimes you thinking you're sparing someone is just hurting the situation. You're doing it exasperated and hurting yourself and the other person. But like, you're
Here's the
right. You said
here's
what?
one last note for him. I think not growing up with his brothers, that separation of the family, when he
Mhm.
mentioned it, I think that
That
did
was
a number
interesting.
on him.
I think it did too.
I think it did a number on him. And as far as his connection emotionally with people,
Hmm.
that is definitely one part. I will say that he definitely needs to get to the root of if he hasn't worked on that already. But y'all, these were the couples that came out of the pods. But we only have weddings for Constantine and Jesse, Gunnar and Josie, and Andy and Yasmin. Okay? Andy and Yasmin are the first ones. We start off with their wedding, and we will see the rest of the weddings on Thursday. That is the 15th. Also, they're saying that the reunion is going to be on the 18th on Sunday. So based on the time of that, will determine when I will go live watching the reunion. We love watching the reunion live together. When we will do that. Then we will also, Trey and I will have our recap after it. But here we are covering definitely tomorrow. We have our messy member Monday. Then Tuesday, I have my Ready to Love recap. Then Friday, I have unscripted. That's where you, the audience, decide what we're going to talk about us. Okay, what we're going to talk about. Okay, then February, we have two things coming up in February. We have Married at First Sight Australia. If you got to get a VPN, I don't care what you got to get. I don't care what you got to get, a VPN or whatnot, you better get it. Because Love is Blind Australia, there's one woman at the altar that tells him, I don't think I can marry you. And another woman who don't want to be married to a man who can get arrested. I put that post on my community wall. So yes, February 2nd, and that'll be from Monday to Wednesday. They show their shows. Find a YouTube channel that shows it. Also in February, Love is Blind US. We have not heard officially when that comes out. But yes, Germany is wild. We have an entire season in 2 weeks. Wild. I'd rather not. Please give me 3 weeks. It was rough. If I did not wake up at 3 a.m. EST to watch these shows as it dropped, I wouldn't have been able to keep up and catch up for this live today. But y'all, I thank y'all so much for being here. Trey, you want to say anything else to the audience?
Actually, I think this is my first time talking to see anybody in 2026. I hope everybody has made it and we keep going well in it. Let's go and progress well through it together. Love everybody. See you till next time. Oh, hey, what are we doing for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms? We got to figure that out too.
What you want to do, Trey?
We got to do something. You know, it's Game of Thrones. We got to talk. We ain't been back to Westeros in a while. It's time to get there. What we doing?
Y'all, this is how Trey, this is how Trey basically has leverage for doing these. I gotta do Game of Thrones. Okay. And y'all, please look out. I'm gonna say this, please look out for clips of every show that I cover in the shorts. I also, members, you are going to be the only ones getting the Project Runway Canada content. I got to do something just for my members, okay? Trey, that's on Sundays, ain't it?
Yeah, you know how to give it up. It's always on Sundays.
That's Sundays at 8 or 9. We're going to find a day in the week because by the time that comes around, Ready to Love is over. So maybe we could do that on a Tuesday evening, depending on your schedule. And we'll look out for Jay another round to see if she also wants to get in on that, since she also is a Game of Thrones fan like us.
Let's get it.
So definitely, y'all, if you do have HBO and you love Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is coming up. We will be watching it and apparently talking about it.
Let's get it.
But I'm on my maths. I'm on my Married at First Sight Australia and Love is Blind US when it comes out. But yes, y'all, wonderful discussion. Yes, we need to find that resort. We'll find it on the list. And y'all check out my interview with Love is Blind Italy's Elisa. Definitely, that was eye-opening, letting us know exactly what happened behind the scenes and around the town. And if there's ever a cast member from Love is Blind Germany, you're certainly welcome to come on and interview, and we will certainly talk to you and find out what's going on, because maybe our assessment is all wrong because we did not get to see everything. But I thank all of you for being here. I thank you all for hitting that like button on the way out, hyping up the video. If you do want to also support the channel, there's another way. That URL is for Buy Me a Coffee if you wish to support the channel in that way as well. But I thank you all so much for being here. And like I always say, I'll see you on the next one.